What is up, my dudes? What is going on? We're in the crown tonight. Since, it's just a free-for-all. So I'm up for the crown again. Gotta represent. Gotta represent. What is going on? Oh, my God. I got the heater on because it's freezing down here today. It was like 74 the other day, but it is now freezing now. What's going on, guys? Oh, hold on. I didn't pop out the chat. Hold on. One of these right here. Oh, I see all you guys. Mega Mew Mama. She won first. She got first. She wins. She wins. Oh, my camera is a little bit unfocused tonight. We're going to have to just deal with that because I'm not going to push any buttons right now. We're just going to have a little bit of an unfocused camera. It's okay. It's okay. All right. What's going on? Maggie Me Mama. What's up, A? What's up, Wildflower? Mike, what's up? Found the channel. Good job, Mike. We're going to talk about that in a second. What's happening, Chris? What's happening, Kay? What's up, Christina? What's going on? Seeing all the good people. What's up, Pinkerbell? What's up, Ben? Oh, man. A lot of you in here tonight. Yeah, it is super cold. What's up, Gilly? Oh, what climate change? I need to get me a Burger King crown. I mean, that's where we're at today. We're all up in the Burger King crown version of This America because that dude who gave the State of the Union last night, I'm not sure who that was. I didn't vote for him, so but he deserves to be wearing a goddamn MAGA crown, a Burger King crown, for sure. Though, what's up, Candace? What is going on? All right, let's see what we got. What are we doing? I'm a little tired because I'll be honest with you guys. Me and my daughter, she decided she wanted to lift some weights, so we've been waking up early and lifting weights. So we start early. We get up at 5:30, 5:45-ish, okay? Hit the snooze a couple times. And then we go out there and then we lift weights for the first hour of the day. Then we work all day, and then we come home and we stream for the people. What is going on? What's up, Alan? What's going on? There's no snow today down there, Mike? No snow? All right. Well, if you guys watched that garbage last night, that cult garbage last night, I'm sorry, first of all, for you having to go through that. But yeah, it was culty. It was very, very culty. And we're going to get to that in a minute. We're going to get to Bernie Sanders talking about it. We're going to talk about a lot of people. Benny, you're in bed in pain. We can't have that. You know the solution. I'm not a doctor. I'm probably more of a doctor than RFK Jr. is, though. we have the same level of education in being a doctor, me and RFK Jr. So, what's up, Renee? What's going on, Renee? What's up, Mod? What's going on? Woo! 5:30 coffee. Christina, I had to go back to the pre-workout. I got coffee right now, though. I gotta end the day with some coffee. But we start the day with a little pre-workout because I need that in my life. Woo! Definitely not a cult. That's right, Unknown. What's up, Unknown? Definitely not a cult at all. Let's hop back down into it. Let's go into the little screen and let's talk about some stuff. Let's get this show started. Let's get it going because we got some stuff. Edibles for the time being. That's understandable, Benny. That's understandable. All right, let's pop into the bottom here. Let's talk about what we're going to talk about. We're not going to watch the whole goddamn thing, but we're going to talk about some of the craziest stuff. We've got a transcript. We got right to it. First of all, Trump was looking real old. Donald Trump was looking real old last night. Looking real old. Look at that face, man. These are the three stooges right here. Three stooges. Dinky, dummy, and dumbass. All right? And then we got Bernie's response, because we need some kind of actual, like, logical, critical thinking going on in this society. It's falling fast, guys. It's falling fast, just like the stock market. We got a veteran giving it to a Trump bootlicker. If we got time, we're gonna get to this. This is Spud Hunter, who used to do video games, but now he makes funny-ass documentary videos about all the craziness that's going on. We got Bill Burr roasting Elon. We got this fucking guy, Mark Zuckerberg, with hysteria. We got if Trump was president in 1940. Never watched it. We're going to see. We're going to see. We're going to see what that's like. And then, Benny, for you, Benny, because you're there, you're in pain. We want to watch Benny Loco give some other people some pain. We want to watch Benny Loco give some other people some pain. But first, I want to show this to you guys. I did this. So I knew, you know, sometimes you guys are having to, every once in a while, you guys are getting these live streams. Oh, that's me. That's my regular channel. You guys are getting to see the replays of the live streams. And, you know, for the most part, I want you guys to be able to feel like you can click on videos and you get new content if you watch the live stream. Okay? So I created the Angry Ginger clips so that way we can cut up some of these videos and we can reach new people. And we're up to 32 subscribers. So if you guys are interested, or if you guys just want to support me and help the channel get bigger over there, if you guys want to give this one right here a subscribe, I'd really appreciate you guys. You don't even have to watch videos. You just, you know, hit the subscribe button. If you want to, though, I want to show you one of the reasons I want to make this is because, you know, Trump viewers are bottom feeders. They like to see, like, the no subscriber people for some reason. So you get a lot of comments on these new videos from these people. And I'm back to trolling. I'm back to doing the good work of trolling these people. And these are some of the comments. I just wanted to show you some of the comments. They're so amazing. This is my comment. Come on, Trump flakes. I know it's hard to form coherent sentences when you only got 2 brain cells left and they're playing paper, rock, scissors to see which one gets to escape next. But RFK Jr.'s brainworm could troll better than this garbage. Feed my algorithm. And we get a couple of these people come on here. This guy here, he says, oh no, someone is bashing Trump. Well, I guess I'll change my mind about everything right away. Make all the snotty remarks you want. He's president, and you can't do a damn thing about it. My response to him was, I'm not here to change your mind. I'm here to make fun of you. And that's the goddamn truth. Of course, he responded with some more dipshittery right here. And I responded with, bruh, he can't even read. The only thing Trump is doing is sucking Elon's toes. What's it like reading at a 5th grade level? Do you have to massage the master? This guy tried to pull the you're a beta male shit, right? Oh, if you didn't vote for Donald Trump, well, you're just a gullible beta male. I put, hi, Trump flake. Ain't nothing more beta than being a Trump flake. Did the master let you type that out? What's it like to be such a cuck that you find yourself writing out poorly written comments defending your cult leader? Does Trump let you get sloppy seconds on Elon's toes? And of course I had to say, do you even lift, bro? But then what I like to do with these Trump supporters that comment on my shit, I like to go look at the channel, right? Because the channel's always just the dumbest shit. It's always 10 subscribers and just like the worst content. So I went and I looked at this guy, and you guys can see he's got a little video game character for his icon there because he don't want to show his face, right? So I put, holy shit, I just looked at your channel. I'm sorry, bro. You need some positive male influences in your life. I already got a couple kids, but I can be your daddy too. I missed it. I missed having the Trump supporters come into my comments and say the dumbest shit. And, you know, the thing about it is the more they comment on my videos, the more I get to feed the algorithm, right? And I was telling somebody, I like to feed the algorithm. I like to get on there and troll these guys and get them to comment. And I tell them they're feeding the algorithm. And they're not the sharpest tools in the shed. So they keep commenting after I tell them. The video is called "This Video Proves MAGA is a Cult." And this guy says, "This video proves you're gay." And I put, "Gay for you, buddy? Let's hang out." Then he wrote some dumb shit about him and his far-right friends gonna watch Rocky Horror films so that way I can't watch it anymore. And my response, of course, was, "Cool. So are we gonna make out or what?" So if you guys like that kind of content, you like to see these Trump supporters getting trolled in the comments, then feel free, go over, give a sub. You ain't gotta watch the videos. I appreciate it if you do. We're just trying to get a clip channel going so that way you guys don't have to see, you know, restreams of the live stream. But if you want to just be in the comments and troll Trump supporters with me, like, feel free. Go on over there. Check it out. This is the channel right here. You can see it's going to look a lot like mine, but it's called the Angry Ginger Clips. So it's a little bit different. It's got 32 subs right now. You guys are already subbing up. I appreciate you guys. And it's got a couple cool videos on there that I've already been posting. So I'm going to be reposting live stream videos on this channel. So if you guys want to go give it a sub, appreciate you if you do. What's up, R's wife? What's going on? What's up, Scott? What's up, Perry? Silent? What's up? What's going on? Well, that's the best part, Silent. What's up, Bucket? That's the best part. They think they are so clever. And they learn real quick that they're not. I love that shit. I love commenting on Trump supporter comments because they're not the sharpest tools in the shed. So it is not hard work. It ain't hard work. My 14-year-old was like, "Can I do it? Can I go on?" I was like, nope, this is for me. This is for me. This is for me. But my 14-year-old will probably also absolutely own their asses. Probably. What am I saying? My 14-year-old would 100% own their asses. Okay? It's too goddamn easy, but it's also a lot of goddamn fun. Ah, it's so good. It's good times. I forgot what it was like. I forgot. When I first made this channel, when I had sub 100 subs, sub 1,000 subs, I used to get so many of these Trump supporters that come in the comments and say the dumbest shit. And it was just like, and I was new to this. I was way meaner, right? Because I didn't know about like getting in trouble on the YouTube. So I'd be way, way, way meaner. You guys should go check out some of my older videos and just scroll down to the comments. Just go watch one of my old ass videos. It's not going to be great. Some people liked it. Enough people liked it that thousands of people subscribed at that time. But the best part was just getting up in them comments and just trolling the Trump supporters and just making fun of them. It was a good time. I suggest it. I actually suggest it. What's happening, Timothy Waterman? Thanks for being over there on Twitch. I always like you guys when you guys are over there on Twitch. I appreciate you guys so much. 21st Century Suffragettes is trying to hit 1,000. I know. I saw they got some more. I think the shout-out videos, and let me just say this. Thank you to everybody. Naughty Nana Does, 21st Century Suffragettes, Benny, Pep Talks. Like, this channel ain't shit without you. Like, it ain't shit without you guys. So, you know, I made that video because I was really excited to get that shout out from MAGA Immune Mama. Not MAGA. MAGA ain't shouting out shit. MAGA Immune Mama. I don't know, maybe. Some of those haters love me. You guys have seen it. They still hang out every once in a while. But, you know, thank you so much to all of you guys that sent people over. I saw people in my my subs saying, you know, came over here because of Naughty Nana Does, came over here because of Benny, came over here because of Suffragettes. So thank you so much to all of you guys that have shouted me out in return. And, you know, like I said before, that's what it's all about. It's about big upping each other, creating a much bigger voice for people in this political atmosphere that's crazy as fuck. And we need to get some like logical people in here, some people that actually like make some goddamn sense, because there's not a lot of sense in this world anymore. There wasn't a lot to begin with, and Donald Trump has just brought that quota down. Like I'm talking, we are sub basement right now, like 4 feet, almost 6 feet, if you know what I'm saying. Trump was on fire last night. Yeah, his beehole was on fire. Way he was standing all weird. Looked like he was dribbling a little bit on himself. Dude was like looking so old. Holy shit, dude. Like, look at the man. That's like plastic mask. That's some plastic mask shit right there. Like, what is it? I was saying today, I was like, the orange of the makeup is starting to blend with his liver spots, and it's starting to look like brown, like poo-poo stains. He looked like he got a big poo-poo stain on his face now, which is appropriate. And you know what, man? You know, the thing is I said this. I'm like, I tried forever. I made this channel to make fun of Trump supporters, right? Not even about Trump. I made this channel because there was all these Jordan Klepper videos, these people saying the craziest stuff about Democrats drinking the blood of children. And, you know, the Joe Biden's being played by James Woods and RFK Jr. Oh, not RFK Jr. JFK Jr. is not really dead and he's going to become the vice president. So I made this channel because I thought it was fucking crazy that these people said all this like crazy stuff about like Joe Biden and stuff and just like Democrats in general. And so when I made this channel, a lot of times I like veered away from getting into the, you know, Trump's a Nazi, you know, orange man bad shit. But the more Donald Trump talks, the more I'm like, God damn, this dude might actually be the dumbest human being alive. Like, he doesn't have any good ideas. I'm sure a lot of you guys saw what happened with the eggs, right? Like that they said they're gonna they're gonna import these eggs from Turkey or somewhere else and bring in 100 million eggs, which, by the way, that ain't shit in America. That's like a day or two's worth of eggs, okay? But, you know, he said that stuff, and look, I run a store, but I'm not an expert on every single item in the store. So I know a lot about eggs nowadays because that's part of my job. But I'm honest. I say, you know, like, hey, I don't know everything. So I saw that and I go, okay, well, let's see what it does. Let's see, you know, like, you know, I want the American people to not have to pay high prices on eggs. And then I start reading these experts' reactions to this and start reading about how America actually exports a lot of its eggs. Start reading about how, oh, it turns out that all these other countries don't have the functionality, the infrastructure to start sending these eggs over here to America. And so that's going to actually lead to higher prices on eggs in their country. So there's not going to be a lot of countries, specifically like Canada right now. I don't know how many chickens you guys got out there. It's pretty cold. But like, you already have all these people that don't want to do business with us already, right? Like, China's already outsourcing their soybeans now to different countries. So no one's going to want to bring these eggs over in the first place. And I start reading this stuff, and I'm like, nothing that this dude does is smart. None of it. Not a single goddamn plan does this man have that does not fall apart under scrutiny. Everything that this guy, like, talks about, I'm like, you know, hey, you know what? We'll see about that. Let's see. Let's look into tariffs and let's see what tariffs did. Oh, tariffs crashed the market in 1930. Oh, tariffs destroyed world trade, global trade down by 65% during the 1930s Tariffs Act. Oh, all of our trade partners started trading with each other instead of us. Oh, prices went up for Americans across the board. There is literally nothing that this dude says that cannot be just like completely destroyed with a minor amount of critical thinking. That is impressive all by itself. Like, to be wrong that often, to have that many plans that fall apart under scrutiny, that's actually probably the most impressive thing about Donald Trump. Insane. What up, Squishmallow? What is going on? Pep Talks left you behind in a raid? Why they do that? Why you do that? You can't be leaving Squishmallow behind. You know, I've said this before, man. Like, you want to talk about, like, conservative viewpoints. You want to talk about, you know, taxation is theft. You want to talk about, you know, pro-choice versus pro-life. You know, like, there's things that we can talk about for sure. Those are complicated subjects, real conundrums. I've said it before. Like, a conservative wants to come in the chat. We want to talk about smaller government, less regulation. We can talk about those things. But I cannot talk to MAGA cult members about anything because they don't have any backing, any like history for why they want to talk about what they want to talk about. And I've been reading that Red Scare book by Clay Risen. We're about to do that interview here in a couple weeks, actually. March 17th, we're going to do the interview with Clay Risen from the New York Times on his book, The Red Scare. And the more that I look at the Red Scare, the more that I see McCarthy in Donald Trump. McCarthy was a drunkard. McCarthy was slovenly. McCarthy said anything that came into his head. Now, Donald Trump claims he doesn't drink alcohol, but he always sounds like he's drunk, okay? Something's happening there, okay? But the more you read about the Red Scare, the more you see the tactics of Donald Trump being paralleled by what McCarthy did. The claims with absolutely no evidence. The pushing forward the hate and the anger for the LGBT community. For those that don't remember the Lavender Scare. There was a time during the Red Scare that when McCarthy couldn't prove that there were communists in the government, he instead switched over to, well, they're gay. They're gay. And the fucking crazy part about that is that worked. Because conservatives and just politicians in general during that time, didn't matter what your political party was. Didn't matter. They went after gay people and literally got gay people fired en masse. Not because they were communists, because they were gay, because they couldn't find evidence of. In fact, one of them was literally an anti-communist. One of the most successful. Worked in the anti-communist committees. And they got him fired for being gay. Sound familiar? Sounds a whole lot like the ped scare that we're going through right now. It's crazy. What up, Fantrit? What's going on, buddy? Thank you for the $5. 20 years of snorting coke turned Trump's brain into raw sewage. The fact that he's still alive makes me think that selling your soul might work. Dude, you are not wrong, fan. You are not wrong. Christina, you think he's on Adderall? Yeah, or How's probably right. Tracy, what's going on, Tracy? Always good to see Tracy. Tracy, I have a new interview coming out probably around the 17th. We're going to do the interview on the 17th. That's my crown. That's a crown. Yep. If Trump can claim to be king, so can the ginger. That's how it works. That's how it works in this America. Okay? That's how it works. I'm claiming to be king. I also challenge whoever to a mutual combat to be king. I say we take it back to the old days. Let's get out there. I got my sword. Now this is a katana. So it's not my weapon of choice. I prefer the two-hander, but the two-hander's up. It's attached to the wall right now, so I can't bring it down. Shout out Charlie Hilbert and his goddamn swords, all right? Love that man. Love me some Charlie Hilbert. Mutual combat. Let's bring it back. That's all I'm saying. Let's do it. I'm pretty sure Trump, he already said he can't fight. He told, what's his name? The Logan Paul dude. He said, I can't fight. First time Donald Trump's ever been honest in his entire life. God damn it. All right, guys. Who wants to be Mega Me and Mama's? I don't have enough time to be a VP. Me and Mega, me and Mama, we're going to run for a little bit. Your sword is bigger, Pinkerbell? I have sword envy? I'm having sword envy? Okay, I heard the Supreme Court said it's okay for it to be raw sewage in our drinking water, but I don't know the specifics of anything. Has anyone heard that? I only read a little bit of it, too. I only heard a little bit of it. But yeah, I did see that the Supreme Court did rule against his ass. Shout out Amy Conant. All right? Y'all about to unsubscribe for me saying that, but I'm honest, all right? Shout out Amy Conant. Because she ruled in favor of quite a couple things now. Quite a few things now. Amy Conant coming through and rooting against the others. I think she voted actually for the raw sewage thing. So also not a shout out. But she did vote for the USAID. She did vote for not being able to get rid of that dude that was in charge of the whistleblowers, or at least to stall it. And of course, Roberts has always been an actual constitutionalist, an actual dude that tries to be the head of the Supreme Court. And he also voted on a couple things. So I give credit where credit is due. I don't like some of their conservative leaning decisions. But the one thing I will say is Roberts and Conant have actually sided with the liberal justices on a couple things now, and I guess I'm just taking any W I can get nowadays. Any W I can get. Oh, man. Yeah, so we'll check that out. I don't want to speak on it because I don't know enough about it at this moment, but I do know a little bit about the other decisions. I mean, there's a Supreme Court decision every hour and 15 minutes right now. There's so many goddamn decisions right now. It's hard to keep up, and that's on purpose, right? That's to keep up. That's that they want you to be exhausted. They want you to be apathetic. They want you to shut up and sit down. Sadly for them, I'm an angry, loud-ass ginger, and shutting up it's never worked for me. I've tried. I say that shit with my face on accident. People can hear my thoughts just by looking at me. So, I might as well say it out loud. So, all right. As a ginger woman, Candace, my people. Tracy, she surprised you too. I'm glad I'm not the only person. Kyle made a video about the sewage. Well, check that out, Kay. Well, check that out. I just love all you guys shouting my ginger people out there. I love that. Couldn't believe Trump tried to take credit for the Chips and Science Act investment. Alan, if you watch my video on the tariffs, at the very end of the video, I know it's a long-ass video. It's 20 minutes. I hope you guys like that new style. I want to try to do more of that new style. The last video is a new style. But I talk a little bit at the end of that video about Trump trying to take credit for the Chips and Science Act, because he's saying he's bringing $100 billion over here from TSMC. We all know, especially if you watch my channel, because you guys know I'm a huge fan of the Chips and Science Act. So you guys know that TSMC was already in contract with Biden to start that factory in Arizona. They've been building that factory in Arizona. You know that other companies as well have been doing so. Trump's whole thing with the tariffs and saying that he strongman TSMC into having to start building here in America. First of all, bullshit, okay? Because they were already building here in America. But second of all, once again, it's the dumbest thought process a person can have. I'm just going to, before we get into his other dumb thoughts, let's talk about the Chips and Science Act and semiconductor production and tariffs. Taiwan produces 90% of high-end semiconductors that we use. Those semiconductors are used for AI, for supercomputers, and all the best and greatest shit that we use here in America, right? They produce over 60% of all of our other semiconductors, the ones that are used in your phones, in your cars, in your TVs, in your dishwashers. And during COVID, we all learned what happens when you can't get those semiconductors. New cars weren't on the lots anymore. Used cars went through the goddamn roof. Donald Trump saying he would have put a 25% to 30% tariff on those semiconductors and that would have somehow screwed over Taiwan is the dumbest statement that I have heard from a human being in recent history. And I watch videos of MAGA supporters at least twice a week. If you put a 25% or a 30% tariff on semiconductors, all the chips, all the graphics cards, everything that we use for AI, all these dipshits that love fucking Bitcoin mining and all the fucking Ethereum and all that shit. Sorry if you're one of those people. I believe in the blockchain. I love the blockchain. I don't like cryptocurrency. I think blockchain's the future. I think cryptocurrency's a scam and it's just another over-the-counter stock. Every one of those things you would have had to purchase them from Taiwan. And they would not have paid those tariffs. Your ass would have. They weren't strong-armed into bringing semiconductor production back to America. And by the way, it's a decade. You're talking 10 years of them doing this. This isn't tomorrow. This isn't like 3 months or 6 months. This is a thing for the future. At least Biden understood that. Trump's dumb ass can't understand it. You would have paid 25 to 30% more for graphics cards. You would have paid 25% to 30% for more on your electronics. Now think of it this way. That's compounding because we get a ton of our electronics from China. So we just put another 20% worth of tariffs on China, and then you throw another 30% of that on Taiwan. You're talking about 40, 50% increases on the price of graphics cards? Yeah, you ain't going to have no more crypto bros out there doing any more Bitcoin mining. Shit ain't going to be worth it. It's insane. It's insane. So anyways, if you guys want to hear more of my thoughts on that, you can go and check that out on my video I put out just recently. Yeah, an 80K car goes to 100K instantly with the dumb tariffs. The tariffs are the dumbest idea, dude. It's just like every fucking plan this dude has is like low IQ. Like somebody just whispered that shit in his ear and he's like, I'll say it. It's crazy, dude. Must receive loans amount the other shit. If the richest guy in the world paid his money back we loaned, our deficit would go down. Yeah. Musk is like, he's fucking oligarch. His whole plan. He's just making himself more money. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's low IQ. Trump is low IQ. Like when I say moron, I'm not even saying it as pejorative. I mean it as a descriptive. They are low IQ. What I just said, I've tried to stay away from just making orange man bad statements. I want people to know that the reason that I dislike Trump's policies is because they're dumb as fuck. It's not because I hate Donald Trump for who he is. He's a garbage human being. He's made some despicable statements. He's done some despicable things. But the reason that I don't like him as the president of the United States is because everything the dude does is dumb. We're about to watch this video where the cult just claps for every fucking thing this man says. Does Trump plan to invade Taiwan next? That's a good question. I've gone back and forth on that. Whether or not he would go after him. I would imagine he would. Obviously, China's said multiple times now that they're willing to try to take Taiwan back into the fold. I think if this continues to escalate between him and China with the tariffs and the trade war, and China makes a go for Taiwan, Donald Trump tries to take Taiwan. That's my opinion. That's just my current opinion. I've gone back and forth on it because of what we've seen with Russia and what he's allowing Russia to do to Ukraine right now. I was like, does he just allow China to do the same to Taiwan? Is Trump dumb enough? Does he know so little about semiconductor production that he thinks that we can just start doing it in America and it's going to be as good as what's coming from Taiwan? I guarantee you, just like tariffs, Trump has zero knowledge of what goes into semiconductor production and why China hasn't invaded Taiwan. You can't just invade Taiwan because the people that are there are experts in what they do. When you create a semiconductor factory, something that produces these semiconductors, you have to constantly update it. You have to constantly be on the very edge of the future of technology in these factories. So by the time like a factory is built here in America for semiconductors, they've already fallen behind. They've already fallen behind the new ones. So they're constantly. That's the problem with America right now in semiconductor production, is that we're so far behind because legit we outsourced that to Taiwan, and that was stupid. But we're so that's just, it is what it is. You deal with what it is, not what you wish it to be. We're so far behind on semiconductor production that trying to create a factory right now would just be an endless case of trying to catch up over and over and over again. Because we already create a bunch of the schematics, the blueprints for these. A lot of them are created by Intel, who Trump was like, maybe Intel will buy TSMC. Or TSMC will buy Intel. Whatever it was he said. It's just, it doesn't make any sense. I can't. The shit that he believes is so dumb. What's happening, Nina? What's going on? They reelected the dumbest con man artist in America again, and Musk is even dumber than this. Not genius. Yeah, it's not genius. It's not. It's just that when you're talking to a bunch of people that like are 80 IQ, it's easy to look fucking smart, man. When the average education of the average American is sub 100 IQ, it's like 70. Like, it's not that hard to be a con man. And this dude did it. He did it. So, I'm losing. What's happening, fool? I'm losing hope. Please tell me we are going to be all right. Oh, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. Because right now, what we're seeing is pushback from a lot of different places. You're seeing people, I've said this before, and I want to continue to say it, so I want people to understand this. When you talk about Trump supporters, you're talking about multiple different factions of people that voted for Trump. In fact, you're talking about people that didn't vote for Trump, but also didn't vote for Kamala, right? So really what you have in MAGA is you have a cult of MAGA supporters that love everything he says. They'll never think he does anything wrong. Then you have your conservatives that would never vote for a Democrat, so they said, oh, well, you know, Trump's better than a Democrat. They're trying to trans the kids, bro. Okay? Then you have politically illiterate people. People that really don't know enough about Trump. They know, like, his last term, oh, he didn't, like, burn it down. It's better than Sleepy Joe, bro. Kamala was a prosecutor, bro. You have those people. They're just politically illiterate. They don't know shit about politics. They don't know what they voted for. They don't know how legislation or how the government works. They fell asleep in fucking civics class, and economics and science. Those people, you're seeing it now on X. You just saw the other day, DeSantis's AG came out and said that he's going to investigate the Tate brothers. The response, you can actually see the different factions in MAGA or in the Republican Party, because it's not MAGA. The Republican Party, just it's a microcosm. You can see it. It's like it's a study in who these people are, because a bunch of these people are like dope. Like, hey, they're like, I voted for Trump, but I didn't. I thought he was going to stop the human trafficking. Those are politically illiterate people. Those are people that they're like, what do you mean? Like he's a sex abuser. What do you mean? Like, I thought that was all just bullshit. I thought that was just, it was all rigged, bro. Like, no, he brought two human traffickers, two people that are alleged human traffickers back to the United States because he doesn't care. Because those are his people. Those two would vote for him. So you get all these people that are saying like, oh, I didn't know he was going to do that. Hey, that's not cool, bro. Like, the Tate brothers need to be investigated. But I'll tell you this. There's a large proportion of those comments. And it was sad to see because you guys know, I've talked about it before. I support the veterans. My whole family's military. My grandfather was 30 years in the Army. My uncle was a Marine. My uncle was Navy. My aunt was Navy. Like, my whole family is military. And it was so fucking sad to see all these people with retired military in their profile saying, they're not guilty, bro. Romania found that they're exonerated. First of all, that trial's still going on. Just so you guys know, they are still considered to be on trial in Romania, and they are expected to fly back and go to court in Romania. They probably won't do it. And Donald Trump probably won't extradite them. But they're still on trial. All of these fucking MAGA cult members that are like, protect the kids. We gotta stop the immigrants from trafficking our people, bro. All of them were in that chat, like talking about that the Tates need to be defended. They're American citizens. Like there are literal videos of Andrew Tate. I watched them on stream with you guys. You guys can look at my old content. There's literal videos of the Tate brothers fucking saying, like on camera, you got to get these women, you got to get them under control, you got to steal from them, you got to tell them they're being taxed and take more money from them. There's a video of Andrew Tate, a woman saying like, why did you hit me? And he's like, you know why I hit you. Like it's not rocket science. And when you tell one of these people, dude, there's videos of this, here, would you like me to show? Oh, I don't need to see that. I don't need to see the videos. I literally saw a guy say, I don't need to go watch the videos. I know what research I've already done, and I know they're innocent. That's what that fucking dude said. But I do feel like some of those people are waking up. We're going to watch this video in a minute of this guy who says he's a conservative, and he says what's happening right now with the VA and potentially 80,000 people being fired from the VA. What's happening with the people that were answering the suicide hotline for veterans being fired is bullshit. So there's people and they're waking the fuck up. And they should have woke the fuck up 6 months ago, 2 years ago, 8 years ago. They should have woke the fuck up. But they didn't. So is there hope? There is. There's hope. There's some hope. There's some hope. Okay? All right. I'll watch some videos. Yeah, it's because I read you guys' comments. I read you guys' comments and then I start going off on stuff. You guys know how this stream works? I'm sorry. Yeah. If you guys want me to watch videos, you gotta stop saying stuff that's fucking pertinent, okay? You guys are saying some base shit and I'm like, I gotta respond to that. So, like, sorry about that. Let's watch some videos. So let's watch a little bit of this shit, okay? Yeah, typical abuser. You know why you made me hit you. Exactly, Candace. Exactly. Abusive relationship. See, I'm doing it again. You guys say base shit. All right? I got the best community in the whole of YouTube because I got smart people. I got people that actually critically think. People that, like, know what the hell they're talking about in my chat. So, I'm sorry. You guys say base shit and I want to respond to it. So, anyway, we're not going to watch this shit. Okay? We ain't going to watch the whole goddamn thing. We're going to watch the craziest shit. We're going to watch what he does to Marco Rubio. We're going to watch him talk about Greenland. And that's about it. Because this video is so long. Because every time Donald Trump said something, it was the most annoying State of the Union to watch ever. I don't think this ever happens like this. Every time he says 5 words, they stand up and... He's like, there's a pretty woman in the front row. The immigrants are getting deported. My skin's turning brown. Don't deport me. It was like, fucking sit down and listen. God, it fucking drove me nuts. Can't believe I did this to myself, and now I'm going to do it to myself again. All right, here we go. All right, so I don't remember where I have this started at, so wherever it starts is where we're starting.
Very soon, it will have a huge impact to further enhance our national security.
Oh, okay, this is him talking about Greenland. Here, let's go back a little bit. Where are we at? 118, let's go back here. Oh, look at them. They're standing and clapping. No way.
And for that purpose, I am announcing tonight that we will create a new Office of Shipbuilding in the...
Dude, just even the names of this shit that he comes up with. The Office of Shipbuilding. I'm starting an Office of Making the Eggs Happen. I'm starting an Office of I'm the greatest president in the world, and you guys need to clap every time I say something.
The White House and offer special tax incentives to bring this industry home to America where it belongs. We used to make so many ships. We don't make them anymore very much.
Oh my God. He's so old and he just says the same shit every time. People think that he's like a skilled orator. The weave, bro. He does the weave. All he does is say the same shit like 5 different ways. He's like, there's a woman. She's very beautiful. She's pretty. I came in. I saw her. I said, wow. She's very pretty. She's beautiful. Really? Look at her. Isn't she? She's beautiful. She really is. I told my wife she's pretty. She really is. She's beautiful. The man uses the same fucking terms over and over again to end by saying nothing at all. It cracks me up that people actually think this dude is like able to like talk.
But we're going to make them very fast, very soon. It will have a huge impact. To further enhance our national security, my administration will be reclaiming the Panama Canal.
Oh, that's what
this is.
Okay. I want you guys to see something here. I want you to see something. You guys guess what he leaves out when he talks about who's buying the Panama Canal.
Doing it.
We got to get through 15 minutes of clapping first.
Announced they are
oh, you can't hear it because the fucking people are still clapping. What does he leave out right here, guys? What does he leave out right here?
And we've already started doing it. Just today, a large American company announced they are buying both ports.
Okay, a large American company. Why do you think he chose those words, guys? Because every one of these Trump supporters, before Trump went into office, they used to send me all this information on BlackRock. BlackRock, 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 BlackRock. And you know what I said? I said, no, actually, I agree with you. I do agree with you. I think it's crazy that BlackRock is buying up swaths of houses. I think it's insane that these 3 big groups that Donald Trump has invested in, all 3 of them, can get together and rig the stock market, rig the housing market, rig everything. And I would say, I agree with you. BlackRock is not something that I find palatable. I think it's terrible. I think that shit like BlackRock shouldn't exist. And they're like, well, at least you're kind of smart every once in a while. BlackRock is who purchased those contracts. He left that out because he knows his base is going to be like, isn't BlackRock? Hold on, guys. Jimmy, isn't BlackRock bad? No, it's good now? Oh, it's good now. Because Trump likes them. Oh, okay. I guess BlackRock's okay. That's what he fucking left out. He left out BlackRock's name on a large American company. You're going to tell me that this dude doesn't shout out his connections all the fucking time? Half of his speeches are talking about the people that he knows. He did that shit on purpose. He didn't say the words BlackRock because he knows he's fucking corrupt.
Around the Panama Canal.
Yeah, just like Epstein.
And
exactly.
lots of other things having to do with the Panama Canal and a couple of other canals.
Look at Rubio. They laughed at him. Did you guys hear them laugh at him when he says, and a couple of other canals? Dude, that is hilarious.
Buying both ports around the Panama Canal and lots of other things having
and lots of other things to do with having canals.
To do with the Panama Canal and a couple of other canals.
Oh, God. You know, like I said, I used to make this channel just to make fun of Trump supporters, but I could probably just watch Trump speeches and pause it like every 3 seconds. He does such dumb shit all the time that it's just like, I can't stop.
The Panama Canal was built by Americans for Americans, not for others. But others could use it.
Dude, you know Marco Rubio. He knows. He knows he's fucked up. He knows he's going down. He knows when this is all said and done, he's going down with these guys. You look at his face. He knows he fucked up.
but it was built at tremendous cost of American blood and treasure. 38,000 workers died building the Panama Canal.
Yep,
They
Hylia.
died of malaria.
Yeah,
they died
that's
of
what we're about
snake
to watch.
bites and mosquitoes. Not a nice place to work.
Dude talks about the Panama Canal being built like it was like a fucking busy McDonald's. It's like not a nice place to work. A lot of customers.
They paid them very highly to go there, knowing there was a 25% chance that they would die.
He's like, not a nice place to work. 1 in 4 people died.
The most expensive project also that was ever built in our country's history, if you bring it up to modern day costs. It was given away by the Carter administration for $1.
Yeah, why did Jimmy Carter give it away for $1? That Donald Trump. Tell us all why Jimmy Carter gave it away for $1. Please.
That agreement has been violated very severely. We didn't give it to China. We gave it to Panama, and we're taking...
Does Donald Trump know that China is best friends with Russia? Like, it's so fucking weird that he hates China so fucking... No, it isn't. I'm figuring it out in my head right now. Okay, anyways. He hates China, but loves Russia. Does he understand that when Mao Zedong overthrew the Nationalist Party in China, the first thing that they did was swear fealty to Russia, to Stalin? That was the first thing that they did. China and Russia are fucking simpatico. It's so insane. Like, does he really think that Russia is going to be like, you know what, China, you've been around for all this time. We've been super cool, but now we're best friends with the United States of America, so we can't be cool anymore? No, do you know who's going to be betrayed in the love triangle, the fucking polyamory relationship of USA, Russia, and China? Can you guess who's going to be the odd man out? It ain't going to be China. I'll tell you that fucking much. Russia has betrayed America multiple times on the world stage, and they love China. This dipshit thinks that Putin likes him. Putin doesn't like you, bro. He likes you because you're dumb. Jesus Christ.
Taking it back.
What's up, Danny? And what I was going to say is, what he's doing, this is McCarthyism. This is McCarthyism. The conservative side of the political sphere is still worried about gay people and still worried about communists. And that is what the Red Scare and the Lavender Scare were all about. He knows that. And so he continues to call out China because he equates China with communism. Even though, like, I mean, they're a communist country, but they have like a free market going on. That's how they brought themselves back. It's like the worst communism to ever happen. And I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean in like actually being communist. Not to, like I said, not a fan. Not a fan of what China does. But god damn it, man. I can think about the subject hard enough to understand that neither China or Russia is going to be good friends with America. We have a history. They are our exes, and they don't want to really get back with us. They just want us to send them nudes so that way they can blackmail us. That's what's fucking going on. But he knows Republicans, and specifically MAGA Republicans, don't know shit about history. And so he just made, it's the communists in China. You should be mad about that. Also, there's some gay people. We got to get through the 3 minutes of clapping.
Rubio.
Here it is. Here it is. You ready for this? You ready for this?
Now.
Did you see that shit? Look at what he says right here. Holy dude. This is where it gets scary. This is actually scary, guys. This is actually scary.
And we have Marco Rubio in charge. Good luck, Marco.
When he says good luck, he don't mean that as good luck. He's like, you gonna be the fall guy, bro. Oh, Marco. Oh, little Marco. I don't know that I can feel sympathy for little Marco. Nah, I can't feel sympathy for him, but I see your future, bro. I'm fucking... This is a psychic moment for me, my dog. 5-alarm fire? $10? Yeah, that's more than I make on a live stream. Thank you so much for the $10. I'm a disabled vet, Fed employee joining for the live stream. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. If you weren't here, my whole family is military, dude. I respect the veterans. This is the craziest thing about right now for me. This is the craziest thing about the political atmosphere that we are in right now. Is that I always said forever, I don't agree with the Vietnam War. My grandfather was in the Vietnam War. My grandpa took shrapnel in the head in the Vietnam War. My grandpa got a Bronze Star in the Vietnam War, the Purple Heart in the Vietnam War for dragging one of his soldiers across a killing field, and he took shrapnel in the head. I didn't know that my grandpa disliked being in the Vietnam War until after he passed away. He wasn't a man that talked about stuff very much. But we found a poem in his suitcase, his suitcase of his papers, that was very anti-Vietnam, right? And so the crazy thing about today's political atmosphere is that since my whole family is military, I saw the way that veterans were treated coming back from Vietnam, and that actually really made me dislike liberals. Made me dislike the hippies of the country, because I was like, not everybody that went over there because they wanted what you think they wanted. And a lot of those people came back fucked up, man. And it really hurt my heart to see the way they were treated. To be used and abused by the government, and then to be spit upon by people when they come back. That hurt my heart. To see these conservatives today doing what they're doing and firing veterans that are literally answering the hotline where 17 veterans a day are taking their own life. It's fucking insane, man. It's insane. So thank you for being here.
Now, we know who to blame if anything goes wrong. Marco's been amazing, and he's going to do a great job.
We know who to blame if anything goes wrong.
He got 100 votes.
Look at his face right now.
He was approved with
We know who to blame
99,
if anything goes wrong.
The 100th was this gentleman, and I feel very certain. So let's assume he got 100 votes.
Yeah, just like Trump always does. Let's just assume. Let's just act like the number that is, on the record, that's not the real number. My number is the real number. Just like when he says there's $350 billion worth of aid going to Ukraine when there's only 114. That's not the real number, but it's my number. 350 is my number.
And I'm either very, very happy about that, or I'm very concerned about it. But he's already proven. He's a great gentleman. He's respected by everybody, and we appreciate you voting for Marco.
Watch this
He's
shit.
going to do a fantastic job. Thank you. Thank you. He's doing a great job.
He's doing a great job. You see him he tried to get the Elon Musk salute.
And I also have a message tonight for the incredible people of Greenland.
Okay. Here, I gotta turn off the heater now. The moment he said that shit right there, I was like, this is it. This is it. I was like, this is going to be the dumbest thing he says all night long, and that bar is super fucking high, okay? The moment he said, I'm about to say something about Greenland, I was like, uh-oh. I'm like, why do I do this to myself? Here it goes.
We strongly support your right to determine your own future.
They laugh, bro.
And if you choose, we welcome you into the United States of America.
They've already taken polls in Greenland, and it's like 80+% say no, they don't want to join the United States of America. Like 3% said yes, and then the rest are like, I'm not going to even answer this fucking stupid question.
Need Greenland for national security and even international security, and we're working with everybody involved to try and get it. but we need it really for international world security. And I think we're going to get it.
And here's the thing about that. It is true that Greenland is incredibly important to the security of America. I wonder why it's important, Donald Trump. Do you want to explain why it's important? Does it have anything to do with Russia or China? These people that you're simping for? Does it have anything to do with that? I think it does. Now, the thing about that is there are ways to go about strengthening Greenland, helping them with their infrastructure, making deals, alliances with them, talking to them about improving their defenses, and going about it in the way that a person that actually knows how to make a deal would go about it. Providing assurances, showing them by being a good trade partner, by being a good ally to our current allies, that will be there for them. That's how you would do that. What you wouldn't do is start talking about how you're going to take it if you need to. That is not how you get them to do what you want them to do. It's fucking insane that we live in this time where we're talking about forcefully taking Greenland. It's fucking dumb. And I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but they countered his offer by offering to buy California. And I was like, I would like to be Greenlandish. I would do that. I'd do that.
He's respected by everybody, and we appreciate your votes tonight for the incredible people of Greenland. We strongly support your right to determine your own future. And if you choose, we welcome you into the United States.
How insane is that? We strongly support your right to determine your own future, but then says, like, we're going to take it if you don't. Obviously, you don't strongly support their right to determine their own future.
United States of America. We need Greenland for national security and even international security, and we're working with everybody involved to try and get it. But we need it really for international world security, and I think we're going to get it one way or the other. We're going to.
That shit right there. That shit right there. That's scary. That's the kind of dumb shit that loses you lifelong alliances. When a person comes out and makes these types of remarks, people are watching. Your allies are watching. Putin is watching.
And I think we're going to get it. One way or the other, we're going to get it. We will keep you safe.
And for any conservative, any MAGA Republican that's out there, like, he's just trolling. He's just trolling the left, dude. Do you think that's how Greenland sees it? Do you think that's how Britain sees it? Do you think that's how Canada or Mexico sees it? Because even if you want to say, he's just making jokes, he's just trolling the left, that's why they're laughing. You have to recognize the rest of the world isn't in on your joke. They don't think it's funny. They don't think you joking about taking their sovereignty is funny. And that deteriorates our relationships.
We will make you rich, and together we will take Greenland to heights like you have never thought possible before.
Jesus Christ.
It's a very small population, but very, very large piece of land and very, very important for military security. America is once again standing strong against the forces of radical Islamic terrorism.
Like I said, Red Scare for you guys. He's just using the fear.
3.5 years ago, ISIS terrorists killed 13 American service members and countless.
This is where he just goes off on this shit for a while. I don't want to sit here and pick apart everything he said, because like I said, I will literally pause this every 5 seconds and make fun of the shit that he says. Everything he says is dumb. He's about to talk about the Afghanistan. Just watching, I'm starting to get mad, right? He's about to talk about the Afghanistan pullout, which was his fucking plan, which he put off 3 times until it was on Biden's docket to do it. And then when it went poorly, he blamed Biden. I can't watch that part. Like Like, it's disgusting. To be honest with you, to watch him talk about how the families were on the phone and they cried. They cried the whole time. They did nothing but cry. Like, exploiting the pain of people that lost loved ones because of a fucking plan that you made. That's disgusting, dog. Like, that's like low brow, gutter fucking basement. Like, I can't do that. I can't do that. I'm just going to get mad. I'm going to get mad. Whew. 5-alarm fire, $10. This is fucking most money I've made in a live stream so far. Thank you all for the warm welcome. I just subscribed, so I have to wait the 5 minutes to respond. I was deployed to Macedonia, Kosovo, and 3 tours in Iraq. Dude, Macedonia, I'm a big Alexander the Great fan. I do be doing some reading on some Alexander the Great. Okay. I wish I could go to Macedonia. I would love to go to Macedonia. Thank you for the sub. And just so you know, I'm not full of shit. Just so you know, I'm not full of it. Okay? Alexander the Great, bro. Alexander the Great. He's on the shelf. I always have a hard time. I got too many books. There's not enough room on these shelves anymore. I've got more shelves, actually. Got a lot. Maggie and Mew Mama, you going? You out of here? Love you. Thank you so much. How can I get you to play Fan? Thank you for the $5, Fan. Thank you so much. How can I get you to play that video on men's education from Big Think? Get on my knees and beg. Get the Chan 2020. No, I'm going to do it anyways just because you're a subscriber. Give you my soul. I do need souls, Fan. You know, like, I'll show you guys. Can you guys see the freckles? I don't know if you can see the freckles. I got a lot of souls, but I could use more. Let's make a plan, Fan. Let's do it on a Sunday. How about this Sunday? Because I want to give it proper, okay? I don't want it to be me making jokes and talking shit about Trump and then go to the issues surrounding young men being left behind in our society, right? Like, I wanted to give it its proper fucking, like, place, you know? So let's say this Sunday, Fan, this Sunday, for anybody watching, this Sunday, let's say, I'm going to say noon, okay? I'm going to say noon on Sunday. Fan, you can veto that if you like. You tell me a time. We will watch Fan's video because it's very important to Fan. Fan wants the left to talk about young men's issues in our society. I want to talk about young men's issues in our society. I just had a long conversation with my son yesterday. You know, trying to tell him that I'm there for him. I'm here to answer his questions. Like, I don't want my son turning towards Andrew Tate and fucking Joe Rogan. I want him. I'm his dad. I want him looking to me for those questions. So let's do that. All right. Let's do that Sunday, and let's give it the proper amount of time that it deserves. Because I'm gonna talk for like 2.5 hours on a 17-minute video, and you know that. So let's do that. Let's do that. Oh, thank you, Fan. 20 memberships. Fan, you're the man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Congrats to all the people that just got memberships. Congrats and welcome to the Angry Ginger Army. Don't forget to turn your memberships on. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you guys. Let's do Sunday then. Let's do Sunday. I love you guys. I really do. Like, I said that. Like, my kids will tell you, I'm brutally honest, right? Like, I don't say shit I don't mean. I might be wrong sometimes. I might be dumb sometimes. I might say some dumb shit sometimes. But I do mean it, okay? I fucking love you guys. Yeah, this is definitely the most money I've made on a live stream. Probably my entire career. My short-lived, but so far awesome YouTube career has been great. So, you know, here's the thing, guys. If I've told you guys before, I don't attach myself to political parties. I didn't join a gang when I was young, growing up where I did. I had all the chances, all the reasons to join a gang. I chose not to join gangs. So I try not to join gangs when I'm older, right? I lean left politically. I parallel a lot of the left's values. When we talk about conservative values, I've talked about this before. I'm for space exploration, and that has become a conservative value. We've talked about capital punishment, and I am for capital punishment in certain situations. But that's one I could probably be talked down off of. I am pro Second Amendment, but I'm also pro gun owners being held responsible for their actions. And if your kid gets a hold of a gun and takes it to school, you as the parent, if you allowed that to happen, you should be held accountable for that shit. Like, that's how I feel, you know? So I would say if I were to pick some ideology that is the closest to what I believe as far as politics go, if I were to join a gang, it'd be the Bernie Sanders gang, okay? Social democracy. Because I do believe we need social safety nets, but I do believe you have to work within democracy and within the democratic effort to make it happen. So I wanted to hear Bernie Sanders. I haven't watched this yet. I fucking think we don't listen to enough Bernie Sanders. Somebody said, do we have hope? Do we have hope earlier, they asked? Bernie Sanders is the hope, man. Bernie Sanders is the hope, and god damn it, I wish I was smarter 5 years ago. I wish I would have been more politically involved. I wish I would have been more politically literate. I wish I would have been a person that was out there using my voice to big up Bernie Sanders. And I regret that. But we ain't going to do that shit. We're going to make sure. We're going to make sure Bernie gets a voice now. Thank you for the 5 memberships, Silent. Thank you. I see Peachtree got one. Peachtree, she comes through every once in a while. Bucket, 5 memberships. You guys are killing me right now. Oh, Mega Immune Mama, I think you need to turn on your memberships. I don't know how to do that. Everybody says that, and I just repeat it because I don't know actually what that means. I probably don't have memberships turned on. I've probably never gotten a membership on YouTube either. So I don't know. Tell us the button. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So let's listen. Let's listen to Bernie. Let's hear what Bernie has to say.
We are living in a pivotal moment in our country's history, facing unprecedented challenges.
Okay, why did they give Bernie the bad mic? Okay, first of all, help Bernie out and get him to move that mic up a little bit. I'm getting rich!
How we respond to this moment will impact not only our lives, but the lives of our kids and grandchildren, and in terms of climate change, the very health and well-being of the planet.
There we go.
As you heard tonight, President Trump has been very effective in creating what I would call a parallel universe for his supporters. A set of ideas
that was low-key the biggest roast moment of the year. He said that so straight up. God damn, I love Bernie, dude. I fucking love this dude. I lost my grandpa about 10 or 15 years ago. It's been a long time. I need a new grandpa, Bernie. Be my grandpa, Bernie. Fantra says, it's AOC now. Bernie isn't going to run after he lost 3 times. I'm voting AOC no matter what in 2028, unless it really is Bernie. You know what I was thinking? Dude, I was like, what if AOC runs as the president and Bernie's VP? What if Bernie's VP? I also, while thinking about this, was like low-key mad at Kamala Harris. I'm sorry, Kamala. I voted Kamala. I believed in Kamala. I like Kamala, to be honest with you. She was way more progressive than I ever thought that she was. Joe Biden turned out to do more progressive shit here in America. Let's not talk foreign policy currently. Than any president has in a while. But I was like, fuck, man. Kamala Harris should have picked Bernie. I love Tim Walz, dude. But she should have picked Bernie, dude. If she would have picked Bernie, I bet she would have won, dude. Kamala Harris, Bernie Sanders. You know how dope that would have been? God damn it. So I'm going to AOC with Bernie. That's what I'm going for. Holy Jesus, guys. Okay, I need you guys to calm down. I can't get this excited. I'm old. I'm going to have a heart attack. Okay, I've been drinking coffee too. 5 alarm fire. Welcome to the Ginger Army. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming in. You came in hot like a 5 alarm fire. The name suits you. The name suits you. Bucket 5 memberships. Look at you guys go. Dude, I love you guys. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys so much. I do. I seriously appreciate you guys so much. Hold on, we gotta go back to that moment with Bernie. We gotta go back to the Bernie moment.
In creating what I would call a parallel universe for his supporters.
I'm
a set of ideas that either have no basis in reality or in the great
2000 fan, now you're gonna make me cry.
Things are nowhere near the most important concerns of the American people. And one way
100%.
that he does that is through the concept of the big lie, and boy, did we hear that tonight.
Yep.
You say something that is grossly false, say it over and over again, and have right-wing social media blast it out endless times.
How does Bernie understand this and the rest of the left doesn't, dude? How is it that Bernie Sanders knows these things? You know what it is? They don't listen to him, man. It's fucking insane. This man is spitting fucking facts. I'm old and I don't understand social media well. Bernie's got like 20 years on me, 30 years, 40 years on me, 30 plus years on me. And he's spitting the facts. He's telling you the fucking plan. He literally called him Goebbels pretty much. 10,000 lies become a truth. They're doing it. The thing about Goebbels is there was no social media during Goebbels, right? So when someone lies nowadays, it doesn't take a year. It doesn't take 2 years to get 10,000 lies. Or for a lie to be told 10,000 times. You can literally say something right fucking now, have Elon Musk blast that shit out, and you have something being said 70 million times. Bernie is so goddamn spot on, dude.
You say something that is grossly false, say it over and over again, and have right-wing social media
Thank you,
blast
5 Alarm.
it out endless
Jesus,
times
guys.
until people actually believe it.
Hold on to some of your money, guys.
And then,
stock market's
rather
failing.
than address the real issues facing
I fucking love you
the
guys.
American people, the struggles that the American people are facing, we find ourselves wasting endless amounts of time discussing Trump's absurdities.
Yeah.
Let me just give you a very few.
Wise man Bernie right there. Wise man Bernie. We do spend too much time. And this is something people have called me out for. And I fucking appreciate the criticism. Look, when I started this channel, it was to make fun of Trump supporters. I didn't think that anybody would care what I thought. My first, videos were literally, my first video was me challenging The Rock to a fight because my kids said that they thought I couldn't take him, okay? If you guys go back to my first video, it's literally me challenging The Rock, the wrestler, to a fight because my kids said I couldn't beat him in a fight. I came on here to mock people, to make fun of people, to have jokes, to have a good time. And never thought anybody would care what I thought. So that's good criticism. In my last video, I tried to be better about it. I tried to talk about it in a way that was like more to the point. Talk about the things I know, the things I'm educated on. Dude spits facts.
Two examples. Trump claimed that the 2020 election was stolen from him and that he won by a landslide. Remember that? A lie. Trump claimed that the January 6th insurrection was a day of love. A lie. Trump has claimed that millions of undocumented people voted and do vote in American elections. A lie. Trump has claimed that climate change is a hoax originating in China. A lie. Trump has claimed that Ukraine started the horrific war with Russia. A lie. And tonight, just tonight, Trump claimed that millions of dead people between the ages of 100 and 360, I guess, were collecting Social Security checks. And that is an outrageous lie intended to lay the groundwork for cuts to Social Security and dismantling the most successful.
Fucking spot on. Spot on. Because he's pointing out something there. It's that there has to be people out there that know they fucked up in voting for Trump. And those are the people that he's talking to. He knows we know. He knows we're aware of the bullshit. And he knows that MAGA cult members don't give a shit. They live in 1984. When Trump says Russia invaded Ukraine, it's 1984. It's, yeah, that's what happened. Or I'm sorry, the other way around. See, I can't not say it correctly. When he says Ukraine invaded Russia, his people are like, yeah, exactly. They did. They caused this war. Because it's 1984. It's fucking dead on. We are not at war with East Asia. We did not go to war with East Asia. We've always been at war with East Asia. And then when it changes and it's, we don't go to war with Oceania. We've always been at war with Oceania. And that's what he's doing right now with the Russia shit. He's lying blatantly to these people's faces. And you just got to hope that there's a couple of these motherfuckers out there that voted for him that are like, whoa, hold on. Hold on. I voted for you, but I'm not a fucking idiot, which that's debatable now. But you hope that they are, that they hear Bernie say some shit like this and they go, damn, he's right about that.
Successful and popular government program in history. So let's be clear about that.
What's up, Talia?
Over 99% of Social Security checks are going out to people who earned those checks.
Exactly,
70
about the Red
million
Scare.
Americans.
Exactly. I'm learning about that right now.
Nobody who was 150 years old or 200 years old or 300 years old is receiving Social Security checks.
Goddamn right.
And on the lies go. Now, the purpose of all of this lying is not just to push his hateful right-wing ideology. It is not just to try to divide us up. It is more than that. It is a masterful effort, and you saw that tonight.
Yeah. He's
to
McCarthy,
deflect
dude.
attention away
He is McCarthy.
from the most important
McCarthy.
issues facing the people of our country. Issues that Trump and his billionaire friends do not want to address because it is not in their financial interests to do so.
And the one place I will disagree with Bernie is I do think these people want more money, but I don't think that's what Elon wants. I think Elon has more money than God. And he's losing a lot of it right now, which is fucking amazing. But like you lose $100 billion and you still got over a $250 billion. It's not money. To me, it's authority and power. Elon can't be elected to that power. So he bought that power using that money. And now he is creating a bubble for himself within the government to be able to have authority. And I think moving forward, him and every other tech oligarch out there are trying to create bubbles within the government where they can do whatever they feel like. They can dump sewage into your fucking water. They can shoot off as many rockets as they want because fuck climate change. They can do whatever they want. For me, I disagree with Bernie because I don't think it's just about money. I think that it's also about getting rid of regulations and getting rid of what they feel is the noose around their neck that the government has been providing to keep them from doing the things to the populace that they want to do. And I don't think that's conspiracy theory. I think that's straight up. I think when you look at Peter Thiel, when you look at Mark Andreessen and Bezos, and you look at Elon Musk, you see people that want to deregulate the government, to deregulate society, so that way they have free run to do whatever they want before they die. That's the one place I will disagree. 5 Alarm, $10 again. It's like busking. It's kind of fun. It's like busking. Thank you for the $10. Let's build a coalition. Check out the enemy from within. Let's make this happen. I'm 100% with that 5 Alarm. Everybody has said, I saw the enemy within. He's the trucker, right? So in my shout out video where I talk to people, and just so you know, 5 Alarm, I don't know if you're new or not, but you should be shouting out everybody. Shout them out in my chat. I don't care if people go somewhere else, man. Like, please go other places. Please listen to other voices. Please get out. Like, if the enemy within pops on a live stream while I'm on live stream and you want to go check out their shit, do it. Like, I appreciate you guys, and you should be shouting out these other channels. You should be shouting out Benny Loco. You should be shouting out the 21st Century Suffragettes. You should be shouting out the enemy within. Who's the other one that they're with, right? What's the other one? Sons of Liberty, right? Right? Didn't he go on Sons of Liberty? Or he's going on Sons of Liberty? Shout out all those channels, guys. You'll never catch one of my mods banning you or timing out you for shouting out other channels in my channel. Like, do that stuff, man. Do it, for sure. Alan, that's like 10 more memberships, bro. We're going to have an actual army. We're going to have an actual army here pretty soon. Dude, Moms Russo got one. Look at that. Congratulations, Moms. Thank you so much, Alan. And also, thank you for being a member for 5 months. I fucking love that you guys have stuck around. Like I'm a hard person to deal with. I've been with my wife for 20 years, and I cannot believe that she has put up my shit for over 20 years. For over 20 years. So 5 months, that's a long time to deal with my shit, Alan. I appreciate you. Silent, we are working on a list on Discord of content creators. Shout out for the enemy from within channel. Sweet. Good job, Silent. Like, that's all I'm saying is, guys, you know, I talked to Benjamin Dixon a little bit about this, and I've kind of fallen off. I'm not on X, so, I don't talk to him as often as I probably should. I've got, like, so much shit that goes on in my life every single day that sometimes it's hard for me to be better about doing this. But Benjamin Dixon was talking to me and saying the same things. Like, we need to decentralize from the TYT, you know, and really just support each other and shout out each other's channels, and, like, the people that we know that are good people, that have good messages, that care about other people, that don't want to be selfish and just make this about them and about money and about, you know, like doing some kind of, like, you know, fucking clips and views bullshit. Like, they actually want to make a difference. Like, we should be supporting those people. So I 100% support what you're doing there, Silent. I love that that's what you're doing. Like, at the end of the day, it's not about making money. It's about making a difference. Like, I make money outside of YouTube. Tonight I make money on YouTube. And I appreciate you guys for that. Like I said, I love you more that you guys are giving away memberships, because it makes me feel so good to see all you guys with memberships. But at the end of the day, I make money in my job. I make good money. You know, like, I work myself from being extremely poverty stricken. You know, I've told you guys, you know, had a bucket for a bathroom, fucking taking baths in a cold water from a hose, right? Like, I grew up eating out of trash cans, living in homeless shelters. And I worked my way to where I am today with no YouTube, because I'm good at what I do. So it's not about money for me. You know, it's about making a difference. So I appreciate you guys, what you do, 100%. I love that you guys hook up people with the memberships, and I love your super chats, and I love you guys' support. But at the end of the day, you know, if some of my viewers go to Enemy Within, or some of my viewers go to 21st Century Suffragettes, whatever it is, like, fucking good on you. Good on you. Do that shit. You go watch Mega Immune Mama's videos in the middle of my stream, good on you. Do that shit. Because it ain't gonna do none of us any good to have a bunch of fucking money if the country burns down. Like, what good is that? What good is it to know that people are suffering, but you got a bunch of money? Like, I'm reading about that lavender scare. I'm reading about that red scare. And I'm like, all those people that got prosecuted because of people's fear-mongering, because of their anger and their hatred, all those people that didn't do anything, some of them did some stuff, but let's just say it was few and far between, like, it sucks to know that we haven't grown, we haven't evolved past that time in our culture, that we still have these triggers for fear, anger, and hatred of the other. Like that, it's crazy to read that book and hear people say, there was one specific individual where they said, they created a story about him and said, the Russians knew he was gay, and so they were blackmailing him to make him give government information to them, right? And my first thought was, well, if you didn't persecute him for being a gay man, then they wouldn't have that fucking power over him. Like, it's fucking crazy to think that the answer is right there in front of your face. Your own bigotry would be the reason that people could blackmail this guy. And they weren't, by the way. But that they could have. Like, the idea that the Russians could have blackmailed him for being gay shows that it was your bigotry that put him in that place in the first place. Now, a doctor came out during a trial later, and he said, so hold on, what makes him being gay worse than you cheating on your wife? Because you can also be blackmailed for that. What makes him being gay worse than you beating your wife? Because you can be blackmailed for that. What makes him being gay worse than you being corrupt? Because you can also be blackmailed for that. Like, and I was like, damn, thank God there was some fucking people standing up back then. And now we need some people standing up now. Now we need some people standing up now. That's what we got to do. What's happening, Dally? Yep, Slab City. Yeah, we should watch some more stuff on Slab Cities. You were homeless for 3.5 years? Yeah, 5 along. I lived under a bridge for a little bit. To this day, I remember we lived in this trailer under this bridge. And this dude on a motorcycle got in an accident. I don't even remember. A lot of my memories are messed up because of how young I was. I don't remember how young I was, but I was real young, right? Like, a lot of people are crazy. They're like, I was 5 years old when this happened. I'm like, I don't know, somewhere between 6 and 10. And I moved all over the place. So all these things happen in different places, right? But I was real young. And I remember hearing the motorcycles scraping across the road. And then I remember looking up and seeing the dude's bandana falling down. And when you're a kid, you don't think much about your living where you live, right? Like, you don't think about those things. But to look back and think at one point or another, I lived under a bridge in a trailer. And this other dude, Grizz, his name was Grizz. He lived in a trailer too on the other side of the bridge. They just parked the two shitty we were like gypsies, like fucking pikeys, right? But I'm American. Irish by heritage, though. And they parked the trailers underneath the bridge, and I saw that happen. But it's crazy. It's crazy to think, man. It's crazier to think. Part of the reason they won is that CPAC wields so much power, and there's no equivalent organization on the progressive side. They're being organized. We need to do that. And a lot of that, yeah, we can see you, MAGA. Well, we can see, God, I need you to change your name, or I need to change your, how would I say? Mama? We can see you, Mama. Yeah, so that all comes from the Red Scare, right, fan? That comes from the time where the Communist Party within the left, and then you had the left, and then you had the progressives, right? They all split over, it was the same thing that just happened with the LGBT stuff, man. It's the same thing that happened with the Israel-Hamas that just happened. It was like the left allowed these differences within to cause them to hate each other, and the right amplified those by being like, oh, so you support communism? Oh, well, if you support those people, you support communism. And so the left was like, ooh, get off me. And they fractured the party, and it hasn't been the same since then. And that's why it's fucking crazy, the parallels that you can draw between McCarthy and Trump, who Trump was under the tutelage of Roy Cohn, who was a protege of McCarthy. I mean, there's a direct line. It's McCarthy, Cohn, Trump. And then if you look at the same thing that is happening right now, you see in the previous election how you had the Hamas stuff, the socialist stuff, our progressive stuff, and all the trans stuff, and how they used that to fracture the left. Meanwhile, the right stuck together because, you know, they just like to troll and talk shit and they have no political thoughts, right? It's crazy to see how that works. And that's why I was saying, I came to that thought about Bernie Sanders joining up with Kamala, thinking about that. I was like, God damn it, man. She could have like really like brought that fracturing together just by bringing Bernie into the fold, man. That's really, they were trying to create common cause with conservatives, and that was the worst possible scenario. You weren't going to bring those conservatives over. The best you were going to get out of that was get conservatives not to vote. You were never going to bring them over to vote for a Democrat. And yeah, the crazy thing about the Red Scare is, you know, Truman won. But you know why Truman won? Because Truman disavowed all of that stuff. So like when people are like, if Kamala just would have disavowed all the trans stuff, like she would have won. But you don't understand the amount of damage that Truman did to people's lives by holding those committees, by allowing people like McCarthy to have a voice. Like Truman ruined people's lives by allowing these people to drag these people in because he was afraid that he would lose the election if he wasn't hard enough on communism. To be fucking honest with you, in that presidential race between Dewey and Truman, Dewey was the one that was like, I'm not going to be dishonest about this. I recognize that that Truman is going after communism, and I think that's the wrong thing or the right thing. So I'm not going to call him out and make up lies saying he's not going against the communists because he is. So Truman literally won because he didn't do what Trump did. Like, there are lessons to be learned from history, man. And it feels like nobody knows this shit. It's crazy. I know this is hard and we are all suffering and will suffer, but at the end of the year when the budget runs out, the Democratic Party needs to stand up and say no. I need to like think a little bit more about that, but I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. All right. I'm going to turn this into like a 9-hour podcast if I don't like get through some of this stuff. Let's watch this. Let's stop listening to me rant for a little bit. I read books. And then when I read these books, I fucking want to talk about them. And I appreciate you guys for listening to me. I really do. I really do. Okay, I don't know. I got to stop looking down and seeing you guys say goodnight, because then I say goodnight to you guys, and then 10 minutes later you're still here because you're saying goodnight to somebody else. What's happening, Oz? What's going on? What's going on? This is a good video. I only watched like the first minute of it, but I thought it was a really poignant. Why am I saying why we're going to laugh? Like, this is going to make me mad too. A lot of shit makes me mad today. I woke up angry, lifted some weights angry, went to work angry, came home and started watching this shit angry. I am truly the angry ginger today. So anyways, this is a video. I know you guys know I'm not a huge fan of TYT, but I like some of the people around them. And also, we probably need to hate watch some TYT pretty soon. But you guys know I like some of the people around him. I don't know whose videos this is, but I like that it called this stuff out. So we're going to watch this one.
Government is doing right now as far as cutting out those jobs. A huge percentage of those people, and I know.
Here, let's turn on CC so you guys can see what he's saying here.
Government is doing right now as far as cutting out those jobs. A huge percentage of those people, and I know you care about the veterans. Our veterans.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And that is a damn shame.
Yes. Yeah.
That is a damn.
Yeah. And this is what I'm saying. This gentleman probably isn't a Democrat. And you can see, look at the crowd. You can tell the people that are starting to wake the fuck up. And you can see the people that aren't. You can see the people, this gentleman in the back with the glasses on, glaring at him. This chick in the back with the glasses on. It's not about glasses, okay? Yeah, glaring at him. Like, you can, the angry lady in the corner glaring at her. Like, you can tell the people that are going to be MAGA no matter what, right? Like, how dare you talk about my cult leader like that? He's perfect. He's got the most beautiful orange skin. It glows. Smells like flowers. Like, you can tell the people that are in the cult, but you can see a couple people. You're going to hear a dude in a second that, like, says, like, he's not a Democrat and he's pissed off.
Our veterans.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And that is a damn shame.
Yes. Yeah.
That is a damn
Cajun,
I'm not a Democrat, but I'm worried about the veterans, man.
You hear that? I'm not a Democrat, but I'm worried about the veterans.
Our veterans.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And that is a damn shame.
Yes. Yeah.
That is a damn shame.
I'm not a Democrat, but I'm worried about the veterans, man.
Now listen to this guy's response.
I yielded to one of my elders, and I appreciate his comments. I think it's a great. I'm not gonna. We don't have time for everyone to stand up. I do got 2 more commitments today. Appreciate everybody making the drive out, and God bless America. Thank you.
Look at that. What a bitch move, dude. What a bitch move. That man just said, I know you care about the veterans. Like, he gave him props, dude. That was the most softball way of bringing that shit up. And he straight up bitched out and walked off on that dude. This should, like, if you're a Trump supporter and you're like, it's just that the media lies about him. It's just, you know, like, all that stuff. I'm just over him being called a Nazi. You know, I'm just like, look, not everybody that supports him is racist. You know, you say all these things, right? That right there shows you they don't care about you, dude. They only care about their position. That man could have stood up right there and just said the most innocuous shit ever. He could have said, hey, you know what, man? I do support the veterans. And you know what else? I do think that this administration and the way that they've gone through with a sledgehammer instead of a fine-tooth comb has been really bad. And I think that there are places within our government that have waste, that have corruption, that do need to be cut. But doing this to our veterans is wrong. That's all he had to say. Instead, he went straight up bitch and just walked out. A lady in a minute yells, you still got an hour left. I like that the CC thinks this is applause.
We're gonna take pictures with you, buddy, right?
We're gonna take pictures with you, buddy, right? Damn! That was cold. Oh, that dude was on point, bro. Oh, that was amazing. Oh, that was so on point.
We're gonna take pictures with you, buddy, right?
Senator Roger Marshall is a coward. He left his town hall early after getting too many,
Oh,
as
is
he
this
called
Coach
them,
D?
rude questions
No,
from
this is,
constituents like that man, who
Jay,
was concerned
right?
about veterans being
like
thrown
him.
out by Elon Musk. You know, the extreme disdain that this party has for this country is something that they no longer care about hiding.
Damn,
Republican
dude.
Senator Roger Marshall
Damn.
left his town hall at a county hospital in Kansas early. Colin McRoberts, who captured this moment, travelled about 5 hours with his mother to attend.
We had heard about the town hall on Reddit from someone who said they'd...
So once again, when people ask me, is there hope, right? Is there hope? That's what I say. Like, there is hope. Like, people are upset. And you're going to find yourself having strange bedfellows nowadays, right? Somebody earlier, one of my employees that's LGBT, right? She was like, a couple times now, Mike Pence has said things, and it's so weird for me to, like, agree with him. She's like, I don't support him. I don't support the things that he does, but, like, he's been telling the truth about Trump. It's crazy, and I agree with him. And I was like, yeah, dude. I was like, we're in this strange reality right now where like Laura Loomer will tweet about how Elon Musk is a techno oligarch billionaire. And I'm like, oh, dude, I can't be agreeing with Laura Loomer right now. Where Steve Bannon is like, fuck Elon Musk, he's trying to destroy America. And I'm like, oh, God, I cannot be currently agreeing with Steve Bannon, am I? You know, Ron DeSantis is like, we don't want the Tates in Florida. And I'm like, oh, my God, did I just agree with Mom DeSantis? And I was telling him, I was like, look, at the end of the day, we're cheering at the same time. But then if they're like, cool, I'm going to run for president, be like, no. We agree that this is bullshit. I don't support you. But there are about to be some strange bedfellows. And the one thing I will say to everybody, and you guys know I talk a lot of shit, so this might sound strange, but I'm also real, right? I want to tell you guys honestly. I've always said that there needs to be a path to redemption for people. And it's one thing to vote for Trump and say, well, I don't know, I wasn't educated to things, I wasn't paying attention, you know. I can forgive people that as long as they understand what they did wrong. There has to be a path to redemption for people. So what I would say to everybody out there is you do have to offer a path for people that did things that you disagree with. Now, like I said before, we ain't TYT. So we ain't gonna have a beer with racists and homophobes. We ain't gonna have a beer with people that are excusing our veterans getting fired from the government. We ain't gonna have a beer with people that think just random people being fired for no fucking reason at all, so that way we can have a little more money is okay. That's never gonna happen. But if you got somebody out there and they say, look, man, I messed up. I didn't want to vote for Kamala because she was a prosecutor. Like, she put people in jail for weed. We already debunked all that. But these people didn't. If it's a farmer and he's going, I'm going to lose my farm now, and I took a 17-question questionnaire, I don't know, it told me to vote for Trump. You can be angry at that. Your anger is righteous, right? Like, that's real. Like, you are right to be fucking angry at these people. But that doesn't mean that you can't offer them a hand up, right? Like, I used to say about Colin Kaepernick, I said the craziest thing about Colin Kaepernick was, here's a dude who is kneeling to say, like, like there's people out there of color that are being harmed by police officers, and I don't stand for that, so I'm going to kneel. And it's like, as an American, what you could have done if you didn't like what he was doing was you could have offered him a hand up. You could have said, let me help you stand. But instead, they shit on him, right? So it's the same. It's like, sometimes you got to offer a hand. I'm not offering that hand to a racist, not offering that hand to a homophobe, and I'm not offering that hand to a cult member. But at the end of the day, when y'all get out and you wake up and you realize shit's fucked up and you were a part of the problem, I'll be there with you to give you a handshake and a hug. Like, come on back. Come back to fucking reality.
I'd called into his office and found out about it, but I could not find any information about it online. We kind of got the impression that the senator did not want people to come to the town hall, which made me think it might be a particularly interesting thing to go to.
McRoberts said when he arrived, they had to move to a larger space.
I would say there was room for maybe 30 people max. They had some folding chairs set out for about that many. And within...
People are speaking up. People are speaking up. Like I said,
I would say 20 minutes before the scheduled start time, it was overflowing. And one of Marshall's staffers came in and looked both surprised and I would say a little bit alarmed at the number of people and some of the signs that were critical of him. And they pretty quickly moved us to sort of an atrium space.
You know, this is one of the rudest audiences I've ever had.
Wow. The out of touch, how out of touch these people are. Like, how this is the rudest audience I've ever had. Why do you think they're rude? Do you think it's because you're allowing a fucking billionaire to just mass fire people that he has no idea what they do? You think it's because a dude gets up on stage with a chainsaw while people are literally losing their fucking jobs? Because he thinks it's funny? I am meme! Like, you think that's why people are pissed off? You think that's why they're being rude to you, dog? No shit.
So when you hear the details behind the disastrous town hall, about the fearful energy that came from Senator Marshall's handlers, just from the sight of a large number of people that he'd have to answer to, it can't be any clearer that the ivory towers have been built and the ruling class has no concern for American voters.
It was a surprise to everyone, I think, to the point that no one really knew what was happening until he was out of the room and somebody started to yell, why are you leaving? Where are you going? You've got 20 minutes left. And it was a very quick exit.
A spokesperson for Senator Marshall said, quote, Democrat operatives who couldn't place Oakley, Kansas on a map before today sabotaged a local...
Dude, that's what Bernie was just saying. They just create a completely different reality. Nothing is real, guys. That's McCarthyism, too. I don't need evidence. You know it's happening. That's all that Red Scare shit, dude. We make the reality we choose to. Rudy Giuliani, you have your facts and I have mine. They're alternative facts. Wow.
Town hall. Even
they found
still,
the people
Senator
for it.
Marshall
They found the right people for it,
answered
man.
Every question
the
that was
conspiracy
asked
people
for
on the left
45
and the
minutes.
right.
Stop and think about that bullshit excuse. So Republicans are repeating the lie that when they face angry constituents at these town halls, that they're simply paid Democrats.
Yeah.
First of all,
go ahead and go take a look at X. I know it's a cesspit, so be careful. Wash your hands. Wear a mask. All right, but go look at X. You can click on those people's profiles. You can go see all of the shit they've posted before on their wall. There are people on X right now that have posted pro-Trump shit, pro-Laura Loomer, all of these other people, right? And then you see on the top, the last tweet that they had was them saying, hold on, this isn't what I voted for. I didn't vote for veterans to be fucking fired. I didn't vote for my sister to lose her job who's been working at this job for 10 years. I didn't vote to have human traffickers brought back to Florida. I didn't vote for you to hide the Epstein files. Like, they're not just Democrats that are being paid to come and yell at you, bro. You guys, you overplayed your fucking hand. You're trying to burn down the country, and finally people are fucking waking up and being like, oh, you know what? I live in this country. Burning it down would affect me. Now, mind you, like I said, that's not the cult. The cult's going to just believe whatever they say. Those are just Democrats. They've been paid. Crisis actors. I have people that come in my store right now that say the bird flu isn't real. They say the bird flu isn't real. It's just a reason for people to make more money off of eggs. Now, they're pretty close. They're almost there because like all conspiracies, it has a bit of truth, right? People are making more money off of you. Corporations are price gouging the shit out of you right now on eggs. Where I work, we sell that shit almost for cost, right? Do you know how stupid it is to say to a person that is literally selling a product at a loss to you because we understand like what it's like to take care of our community? We understand that we have to have a symbiotic relationship with the people that support us. Do you know how stupid that is to then claim that there's a gigantic conspiracy that we're involved in, my little store is somehow involved in, to make money off of you because you don't believe that the bird flu is real? Like, that's the type of insanity that exists within the cult. And like I said, those other people that are like, well, what the fuck is going on? They might wake up. There might be a chance. But those people, the people that believe the shit that this guy's talking about, they're lost. I don't even know how to answer that.
Why is it un-American to speak to your Democratic constituents if they have questions for you? It sounds like the Republican Party is openly stating that elected officials only work for people that are registered to the party, which should beg the question, why should people that they have no interest in representing continue to pay their taxes then? They've literally gone full circle back to no taxation without representation. And secondly, there's zero proof behind the repeated and dismissive talking point that these town halls don't have angry Republicans attending and demanding answers for the way that they've been treated too. It's like the obvious scheme to simply repeat waste, fraud, and abuse over and over again, no matter how many times they refuse to present any actual evidence, is the way that they're going with this.
You say there won't be any cuts to entitlements, but on Friday, Elon Musk, who President Trump has, of course, put in charge of making cuts all across.
Yep, and Bernie pointed this out. They claim that there's all this fraud that's happening in there, so that way they can cut Social Security, because a bunch of people that don't currently get Social Security are going to be like, no, dude, like no one's being affected. It's only the dead people that were receiving checks. That's what's happening. That's the lie they tell you. They set these Trump supporters up in a way where they tell them the lie before they get to the problem, right? So that way, when they encounter the problem, they're prepped. They're ready to go. They already have their NPC response to what is happening. So their NPC response, when people start saying, I was on Social Security and my check got cut, and that's because they somehow claimed I was part of the fraud, but I'm like an old person that has worked my whole life. And people are going to go, it's just a Democrat that was paid to say that, bro. They're not real. Like, none of that happened. Like, they told us that, like, there's fraud, and that's why there's 150-year-olds getting the money. That's why they prep these people with lies. They get them worked up with fear, with anger, with hate, and then they encounter the problem, and then they double down on those lies. That's the plan. Bernie called that shit out.
The government called Social Security, quote, the biggest Ponzi scheme of all time. Mr. Speaker, is that a sign that Social Security is Elon Musk's next target?
No, well, I've met with Elon about this multiple times. We meet late into the night in his office, and we've looked at that. What he's finding with his algorithms crawling through the data of Social Security system is enormous amounts of fraud, waste, and abuse.
With his algorithms, Elon Musk has zero expertise to decide what fraud looks like in a Social Security system. You know who does? Third parties that are not influenced by the current president that can come in and audit those systems. You know what those third parties have found in the Social Security? That is actually ran pretty fucking well, and there's some slight, what that dude called, Kim Block called crap data, where people are getting entered in the system and their birth dates are defaulting to this 1875 number. Now, that should be fixed. That should 100% be looked into, and it should be corrected. But you know what there isn't? There isn't a bunch of 150-year-olds just receiving checks, dude. Is there fraud? There's always fraud. Is there corruption? There's always corruption. Should it be handled? 100%. Should it be handled by Elon Musk? Fuck no.
So it's a target.
And we need
it is a target.
Late in the night.
People want us to. No, Kristen, don't put words in my mouth. What I am saying is we have a moral responsibility to ensure that those programs are conducted in a way that does not allow for this massive fraud and abuse. And that's what he is finding.
So it's the MAGA playbook. Ignore all facts and reality to simply restate waste, fraud, and abuse,
like Bernie said.
and ask anything about
Just
Elon
like
Musk's illegal invasion of our federal government. He's the human shield who oddly uses his son in the same way to avoid accountability. He's supposed to be the untouchable genius whose abilities and findings are unmatched in comparison to anyone that easily disproves his claims. It's simple deification and propaganda, because this is their genius that's trying to convince anyone smarter than Joe Rogan why they have to raid Social Security after decades of claiming that they wouldn't.
Well, I mean, the government's one big permit-scheme, if you ask me.
Yeah, well, you can tell me better than anybody.
Social Security is the biggest Ponzi scheme of all time.
Right, explain that.
Oh, so, well, people pay into Social Security, and the money goes out of Social Security immediately, but the obligation for Social Security is your entire retirement career. So you're paying with you're paying
Jesus
like
Christ.
if you look at the future obligations of Social Security,
You want to know the saddest part about the fact that he can't explain this? Is that it's his argument. He's Mr. Birthrate. He's Mr. fucking, like, we need to have more kids, bro. Like, it's the liberals and the gay people not wanting to have children. I gotta have 14 now. Like, this is his argument, and he can't even explain it. Let me Elon explain what he wants to say. What he's trying to say is just like what's happening in Japan right now, is that when you have a older community that has worked their entire life and paid into the Social Security system, and then they retire, then we have low birth rates within our country, which we have a lower birth rate. It's not fucking terrible. It's not out of this world. It is something that could be a concern if you're worried about, having workers around to do shit for you. So the birth rate does not make up for the amount of people retiring. Therefore, our Social Security right now is top heavy because there's more people on Social Security than the current system can deal with. But what he doesn't want to talk about is that the answer, there is a solution to that problem. And that problem is to stop ultra wealthy people and corporations from working the system to not pay the taxes. It's something like after $174,000, you no longer have to pay the Social Security tax. If people like Elon Musk, people like Joe Rogan, people like Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos and Mark Andreessen and Donald Trump, pretty much name anybody that's currently affiliated with the government. If those people continue to pay into Social Security just like we do, every fucking dollar, just like we do, we wouldn't have a problem. Social Security would be funded until fucking eternity. If they paid their fair share into Social Security, there wouldn't be a problem with it being top heavy. And the reason he can't explain this right now is because anybody with 2 fucking brain cells can figure out the solution to it because it's sitting right in front of fucking Joe Rogan. It's all that money.
Far exceeds the tax revenue.
What's up, Jeremy?
Have you ever looked at the debt clock?
Yes.
Okay. There's our present day.
Fancher said, Keith Olbermann says that Elon is the way he is because of a botched penile implant. Oh, God. Look. Okay, guys, look. I'm just going to say it. If the right can just go off on any conspiracy theory they want and just make it real, make that real. Okay, guys? Go with that. My theory, and I think that I can prove this theory, guys. My theory is that Elon Musk is genuinely Aspie. Okay? My son's Aspie. I think he's genuinely Aspie. And I think he got a hold of something that he shouldn't have gotten a hold of. And that was he smoked a bunch of weed with Joe Rogan. In that interview with Joe Rogan, he says, I don't smoke. I don't do any drugs. And then he smoked that weed with Joe Rogan, and it has been all downhill since then. He's doing ketamine and all this other shit now. I think he legit smoked himself mentally deficient. Yeah, I thought I was going to say it. I ain't getting canceled. Yeah, I am probably, but not right now, at least. That's my opinion. That's my conspiracy. Is I think he smoked his ass into the fucking dumb realm, and he has gone nothing but downhill since then. That's what I think.
But then there's a future
obligation. That's a good call, though. Yeah, he's in the K-hole.
Future obligations of Social Security.
Fan, you're probably right. I'm going with Fan.
The actual national debt is like double what people think it is because of the future obligations.
Yeah, why is that, billionaire boy?
So,
why is
that? Basically,
that?
People are living way longer than expected. And there are fewer babies being born. So you have more people who are retired and that live for a long time and get retirement payments. So the future obligations. So however bad the financial situation.
He is so bad at explaining things. He is the worst communicator. Like, these people love fucking shitty communicators. Trump sucks at communicating. Elon Musk sucks at communicating.
Situation is right now for the federal government. It will be much worse.
Rogan laced that weed. That's
it's
a good call.
Overwhelmingly obvious that this guy is one of the most unqualified and corrupt pieces of shit this country's ever seen. It's why when people like Moses Mike Johnson are confronted with facts that totally disprove their litany of lies, their response is simply, believe me and not your lying eyes.
It's worth noting the Social Security Administration's internal watchdog found that less than 1% of benefit payments were improper. I do want to get to my final question, though, which is about the shutdown.
Don't believe it. Hey, don't believe it.
All right.
Yeah.
It's amazing that don't believe it.
Just don't believe it.
Considered a reputable
That's all you gotta do
answer
is
from
just
the
don't
Speaker of
believe
the
it.
House,
What's up, R.A.?
who wants you to believe the guy that can't get a full sentence out about why he's doing what he's doing. Trump tried to add some legitimacy to the nonsense by posting paid troublemakers are attending Republican town hall meetings. It's all part of the game.
Cult leader
for
said it.
Democrats.
That means
But
it must
just
be
like
true.
our big landslide election, it's not going to work out for them. The coward Roger Marshall, who considered a question about supporting United States veterans rude enough to walk out on, he tried to piggyback on Trump's post to get the heat off of his ass by simply stating, "can confirm." So what an extremely spineless excuse of a leader this guy
Marshall.
is. Because even though he ran away from questions about a guy that he blindly defends, what he refuses to confirm is that his oligarchs' claims of waste, fraud, and abuse includes contracts and programs that literally don't exist. While George W. Bush was president, the U.S. Coast Guard signed a contract to get administrative help from a company in Northern Virginia. It paid $144,000, and the contract was completed by June 30th, 2005. 20 years passed, presidents came and went. Last week, Elon Musk's restructuring team called Doge said it had just canceled the long-dead Coast Guard contract, and in doing so saved U.S. taxpayers $53.7 million. And that wasn't the only time. Even after Musk's group deleted several large erroneous claims from its website last week, the New York Times found it had added new mistakes, claiming credit for canceling contracts that had actually ended under previous presidents. This is why Johnson's answer to facts is, don't believe it, just don't believe it. They won't tell you that they deleted their own announcements of several spending cuts that ended up being Musk simply creating these alternate realities for supporters to consume. The last of the original top 5 disappeared from the site in the early hours of Tuesday, even as the group claimed in its latest update that its savings to date had increased to $65 billion.
Now they're claiming
the website
they've done
offered no explanation for why it had removed some items or how it had arrived at the higher total. Caroline Leavitt, the White House press secretary, sent a written statement that did not address the deletions, but provided a broader defense of the cost-cutting initiative, saying it has already identified...
Bro, Yahoo News fact-checked Doge. Okay, when Yahoo News is like, actually, we looked at their website and, like, the math don't math, like, that's insane, okay? No one's exactly going to Yahoo News like they're the fucking New York Times or the Washington Post, okay? The Yahoo News staff was like, Doge said they got rid of, I think it was $105 billion. When we added up all the receipts on their receipt wall, it didn't come to that. Then they came back and said, oh, well, that's because you only see 30% of everything we're doing. The rest you're not seeing or whatever. And they're like, okay, so 30% would be, and they're like, so you're going to see 35 billion, and or 13, or no, 50, the number he said, 65 billion. And they go, no, 30% of 105 billion is 31.5 billion. So even that's wrong. But even then, the receipts don't add up to 31.5 billion even. They only add up to like 16 billion. Like, dude, it's because you got a bunch of fucking 20-year-olds getting paid 6-figure salaries that are literally just like fucking beating off, playing Fortnite, and then just being like, oh shit, I gotta post that stuff on the website. Because they know the people that are viewing it, they know Trump supporters can't do math. Oh my God.
Billions of dollars in savings. Yeah, they never address the issues that come with their dismissiveness towards this country. Because they don't feel a shred of responsibility for the citizens. All they want is your money and more control over how you live. And now that some people have realized that the main symptom of Trump derangement syndrome is actually believing anything that he says, MAGA leadership only has a couple of few middle fingers to give him.
We've seen the blowback that some Republicans in your caucus that are getting when they go back home to their districts, worried about these cuts or worried about what Doge is doing. Do you have concerns that that's anything that Democrats will be able to use to run against those Republicans?
No, because I don't. Because the videos you saw of the town halls were for paid protesters in many of those places. These are Democrats who went to the events.
Don't worry, guys. It's FBI, right? It was FBI. It was paid crisis actors. Like, dude, the song just goes on and on and on. The brainwashing is so strong. I don't know if you guys remember this, but Trump derangement syndrome was originally used to describe Trump supporters. Like, that's one of the funniest things is that, like, they say Trump derangement syndrome, but that was literally something that was used to describe Trump supporters from the fucking beginning. was people said you have Trump derangement syndrome, which meant you can't see any of the flaws in Donald Trump. That's what it was for.
Early and filled up the seats. If the videos had panned,
you can't argue they were all paid protesters, though, Mr. Speaker.
Good call.
Many of
what
them
are your
were.
what, a Republican acknowledged they were his constituents?
One Republican acknowledged they were his
Bryce,
constituents.
right there
That's
with
fantastic. Okay, but they had Democrats
crazy.
come and fill the seats early. All right, this is an old playbook that they pulled out and ran, and it made it look like that what is happening in Washington is unpopular.
Jesus Christ. It's crazy.
Well, some Republicans are defending President Trump's action.
Yeah, okay. Good job, Jasmine. Whatever Jasmine is saying is probably amazing. If Jasmine starts a call, I might join it. I might join. I might join. Yeah, Benny, did you get paid, Benny? Let's watch Benny. I know Benny's probably asleep by now. Let's watch Benny. Benny, is this you getting paid, Benny? You guys tell me, is Benny getting paid right here? Goddamn Democrats are getting paid to go to these town hall meetings and be all mad.
No king! No king! No king!
Hold on.
No king! 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 No king!
Dude.
He issued an executive order that
You didn't even get a majority.
cut 4% of the federal workforce. And that created a lot of consternation. And people, to have a Democratic president come in and say,
listen to this dumbass.
and you know what? He followed through. Over the next 4 years, he laid off hundreds of thousands of federal employees.
Nothing better than a dude trying some whataboutism at a town hall. Like even we're gonna put away the crown now after Benny yelled at me. I've got like an indentment in my head now though. The crown's a little tight, guys. Benny's right. Benny's right. Put the crown down. No kings. No kings. All right. Oh, Benny. No, Benny's got a voice like I got. I think Benny might be louder than me though. Like I'm loud, but Benny might actually be louder than I am. Good job, Benny. Good job. If you guys don't know, you should go check out Benny's channel, okay? Go check out Benny's channel. This is actually 21st Century Suffragettes that posted this. You should check them out as well. Go check out 21st Century Suffragettes. Go check out Benny Loco, okay? Here, let's watch this. This is a fast one. And plus, we probably need to laugh. This video is called If Trump Was President in 1940.
The spotlight of world history swings to the White House.
Oh, Winston.
You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. I'm not playing cards. Right now, you don't have serious.
God, I wish Winston Churchill. Oh my God, if Winston Churchill was in Zelensky's position. Oh, dude. Oh my God. It would be so amazing. Oh, it would be so amazing. Well, Zelensky did a good fucking job himself, just by the way.
With us, you start having cards. I'm not playing cards. Right now, you don't have serious, Mr. President. I'm very serious. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You think you're gambling with world wars? You're gambling. What are you talking about? And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. I'm with all respect to your country. Far more than a lot of people say.
Where's Putin at? Putin should be in Stalin's place. This should be after World War II. It should be Putin in Stalin's place, and then Winston Churchill and Trump. Like that would have been that. My only criticism to the person who made this video: you should have added Putin in Stalin's spot.
Very respectful.
Have you said thank you once?
A lot of times.
No,
even today.
Even today. Hit the voice from the background. Have you even said thank you once? Oh, JD Vance is such a bitch, dude.
Even today.
Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Dude, fuck JD Vance, dude.
You think that if you will speak very loudly about the war...
No, are you being restricted again?
Your country is in big trouble. Can I answer? No,
Can I
a lot
answer?
of talking. Your country is in big...
You're doing a lot of talking. From Donald Trump, that's the craziest goddamn statement. That is so crazy.
Big trouble.
I know.
You're not
I
winning.
know.
You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of
Mr.
us.
President, we are staying in our country, staying strong. From the very beginning of the war, we've been alone.
If you didn't have our military equipment...
Dude, Winston Churchill knows a little something about that. I mean, Roosevelt, thank God that Roosevelt, like, actually came and did something. I mean, I know it didn't happen until after Pearl Harbor, but we were sending weapons and money to Britain when fucking Hitler was bombing them. I don't know, like, people do not remember history. Like, the American people did not want to get involved in another world war after World War II. It was like the same shit. And we supported Britain by sending them money and weapons. There's a fucking great picture that Hitler and the Germans tried to use of Winston Churchill wearing a pinstripe suit with a Tommy gun. And this was during the time when all the like gangster movies were big. And Hitler tried to drop that pamphlet to the American people to be like, look, they're going to get you involved in this another war. This guy's a warmonger. It's the same shit that Trump's doing right now. He's trying to get more British people killed. He's trying to get more Americans killed. They did that shit and it backfired because all the Americans back then thought gangster was cool. And then we jumped back in after Pearl Harbor, obviously. The only leader in the office was Zelensky. Thank you for the $5 5 alarm. 100%. Watch my video on the other channel where I talk about that. Donald Trump and J.D. Vance are fake strongmen. They are not real strongmen because real strongmen don't need to peacock. Okay? You don't need to worry about the dude all in your face yelling at you and telling you what he's going to do. You need to be worried about the dude that sits there calmly looking at you knowing what he's going to do. And that ain't J.D. Vance and that ain't Donald Trump or Moses Mike, or Laura Loomer, or MTG. Those are all a bunch of fake-ass wannabe peacocks. Zelensky is actually there. Zelensky's actually in a war. Donald Trump would have fucking turned every American over to the Russians already if he was in Zelensky's place. We would all be Russian. We might actually all be Russian.
This war would have been over in 2 weeks. It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I can tell you.
Just say thank you.
I said a lot of times thank you to the American people.
You're wrong.
He said it over and over again. Led by donkeys. Oh, Titus. Mike, don't get too excited, Mike. Don't get too excited. Okay, buddy? Here, let's go. Here you go. Led by donkeys. I don't know. Look, I'm trying to get you guys some new channels, okay? I'm trying to get you guys some new channels here. 5 memberships. Thank you, Oz. Appreciate you, Oz. Dude, you guys are in the... Look, this is why I have faith. Because you guys give me hope. We're stronger as a community, for sure, you know? Like, you guys do the damn thing. I appreciate you guys. Golf, thanks for being here. I appreciate you guys. Let's see what else we got. We got the Mark Zuckerberg. I kind of want to watch this Bill Burr one. Let's watch the Bill Burr one. Let's watch the ginger himself, the king of the gingers, Ginger Jesus himself. Let's watch him get on here and talk about about Elon Musk. This is from American Redact. Okay, so I'm getting you guys some new channels. Some new channels for you guys here. That's American Redact. Oh, thank you for the $5, fan. The refusal of the U.S. to support Ukraine would be the same as if in the 1700s France had told the 3 colonies to fuck off and not lent us their navy. 100%, fan. Fan knows his history. If Lafayette didn't come over here and become George Washington's best buddy, just like he was Napoleon's best buddy, okay, you wouldn't have America. By the way, George Washington didn't want America to be free. George Washington was actually a royalist, and did not want to pull the United States away from Britain. He actually wanted to stay within the fold and was actually kind of forced into the position. And then, he did his thing after that. But yeah, if it wasn't for Benjamin Franklin going over to France and doing his suave ass stuff that he does over there. Benjamin Franklin was a pimp, by the way. He was pimping, okay? And he went over and did his suave stuff to convince those people to send aid over here. Once again, if you think that America was going to win the revolution just with what we had, by the way, once again, George Washington, not a great general, okay? Dude was, I love me some George Washington. And before you guys say, hold on, what do you know about George Washington? I'll tell you what I know about George Washington. You see how well used this book is? You see that? You see how well used this book is? You see that? That's what I know about Washington. That's what I know about Washington. And he wasn't a great general. Fuck, before he became a general, he was caught up a couple times accidentally in some friendly fire every once in a while, okay, during the wars before. All right? So, all I got to say is, France doesn't come to our aid, we don't have America. If we didn't have the ability to fight that fight with the help of our allies, you ain't Americans today. You British. And you'd probably be better off, be honest, probably have some health care and shit, to be honest. I like big books and I cannot lie. All right, so this is Elon just woke up Prime Bill Burr from American Redact. So let's check this out, because I know Bill Burr. Bill Burr has been a fucking bright light in a dark night. I love Bill Burr, and I'm so glad that he's one of the good ones. Because I've seen a couple people now flip, and it's so sad to watch. Saw Lex Friedman's ass out there say that Zelensky was disrespectful. I saw Theo Vaughn call Zelensky disrespectful. It is so sad to watch these people just join the cult, suck on the little orange shroom, dude. Bill Burr is stuck in there. He's a real one for that shit, and so is his wife.
How about the fact that the Twitter guy he's not even from here. He's from South Africa. He comes to this country and wants to turn it into a fucking dictatorship. He doesn't feel that we deserve democracy. Can you just imagine doing that? Going to another country and just deciding, yeah, you know what? I'm going to change this form of government because I've decided. Yeah, he doesn't mind living under a dictatorship as long as he's on the good side of it.
All right, so for the past 3 weeks or so, Bill Burr has been absolutely torching Elon Musk on his podcast. I love Bill Burr. And if you're familiar with Bill Burr, you'd know that he's always been pretty open about his deep-seated hatred for greedy CEOs. So naturally, Elon Musk, being who he is pretty much at the top of Bill's list of people.
Dude, that Millet shit. That dude had just rug pulled his whole goddamn country. And then Elon Musk gets up there and acts like he's Millie. That's like saying, I'm next to rug pull you guys. I will scam you next. Damn. What do I think about Bill Maher? You know the funny thing about Bill Maher is, once again, it's one of these people that I've defended in the past, and now I'm starting to regret it. Because he's going a little Dennis Miller on me. I believe that people can have opposing opinions to me. I believe that you can not believe everything I believe. In fact, you shouldn't believe everything I believe. So in the past, I've said, as far as Bill Maher goes, yeah, he says some shit that I disagree with. Oh, so thank you so much for letting me know, ad blocker. Thank you so much for, oh, okay. Thank you, ad blocker. Calm down. In the past, I was I don't agree with everything that Bill Maher says, but he does have some points on some certain things. But he reminds me of those Red Scare people. He reminds me of the people in the Democratic Party during the Red Scare. That's he's one of these dudes that's Kamala shouldn't have ran on transgender rights. It's she didn't say shit. She barely said a peep. The only thing she said about transgender rights that whole time was that she believed they should have equal rights. Tim Walz, the only thing he said was we should just stay out of people's business. We should care about our children. For people like Bill Maher to be oh, well, the reason they lost, he's just really become an example of why the Democratic Party has gotten too old and out of touch, right? Like I said, it's crazy to watch Bernie Sanders actually spit facts on this shit at Bernie's age, and the rest of the party can't fucking get it. Like, Bernie Sanders called out fucking point for point how they do their thing. And Bill Maher is over here, like, legit just regurgitating the shit he heard the right wing said. Like, it's really disappointing. Like, Bill Maher, I'm sure, will still say some stuff that I will agree with. He's still a Democrat. But I think he's too much of that old school, you can't hang with the progressives. You can't, like, attach yourself to LGBT issues. Because if you do, we're going to lose, and then the country's just going to go to shit. I don't think that that's true. I think that somebody like Bernie being involved could temper that. Because I think that people have woken up to how base Bernie is. And when Bernie gets up there and says LGBT people deserve equal rights, you don't get the same pushback that you do when Biden says it. Because you get more of an establishment feel. Like I said, Biden was actually really progressive domestically. His foreign policy lacked a little bit of the progressives. A little bit. Kamala was a much more progressive candidate than people gave her credit for. She's anti-death penalty. She's pro-marijuana. All the shit that they talked about her with the drug arrest was all false. We've debunked that over and over again, so I'm not going to go into that. But the thing about Bill Maher that drives me nuts is I think he really does represent kind of that old school Democrat. You got to play between the 45s, and you got to do your best to really not talk about the LGBT and stuff. And that's crazy to me. Where you guys moving? Name a good MAGA musician. Hold on, that sounds like that's a challenge, Golf. Name a good MAGA musician. Fuck, I don't know of any good musicians that have came out and actually said they were MAGA. I can't name one. I can't name one, Golf. 5 Alarm, you out of here? Good night, 5 Alarm. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all the love tonight. Appreciate you. Bucket and R's wife are moving to France? Dude, I want to come. I want to come. Can I? I got to bring my kids and my wife, but it would be great. Thank you so much, 5 Alarm. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here. I do. Did Jelly Roll come out as a MAGA supporter? Okay, Snoop. I could say Snoop. Yeah, fuck Candace. Not fuck Candace. I appreciate you. Damn it. Candace, she had to ruin it. Snoop. Fucking, look. I grew up with West Coast gangster rap. I hate Snoop for what he did. I can't stand that he did that shit. That makes me so sad that he did that shit. But it also doesn't surprise me because that's who Snoop is. He's just money, 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 money. And unfortunately, a lot of that culture, that hip-hop culture that went from being like talking about community issues and talking about like big up in the community and helping out became very monetary, right? Like it became more about me and less about we. And unfortunately, Snoop is a product of that community. And I'm not saying Snoop doesn't do shit for his community, because 100% Snoop does do things for his community. Snoop Dogg, by the way, would be one of those people that if he were willing to admit he fucked up, I'd accept him back into the fold. Look, I haven't smoked no weed for like 5 years or some shit like that, right? But I did for 20. I'll put this out there. I will smoke with Snoop Dogg if he comes back to the fold. If he realizes and admits that he was wrong for doing what he did, I will shake his hand and I will smoke a joint with him. Maybe just a cigar. Oh, God, I can't believe he did that shit. God damn it. The Ramones? 24 hours ago. No. Oh. No. Oh. All right, back to this.
People to roast. And now it seems like Elon is finally starting to get rattled by it. Because according to Burr, Elon recently flagged Bill's Twitter account for inappropriate content, which is just about as petty as it gets. I mean, Bill doesn't even host his podcast on Twitter. In fact, he rarely even posts there. So on one of his recent podcasts, Bill fired back and absolutely tore Musk to shreds.
Too funny.
Fucking laminated face cunt.
But before I show you that entire clip, I think it's important to lay down some groundwork to show you what really led up to all this. Because this tension has kind of been building up for months. Starting all the way back in January, right after Trump's inauguration, when Musk was caught on camera doing a back-to-back salute. And when Bill Burr caught wind of this, he called Elon out for it. And unlike most comedians in the so-called Rogan sphere, Bill is actually a true comedian. He doesn't pander to billionaire weirdos or play into...
One thing I will say about this, he had Shane Gillis in that shot. Shane Gillis has called out Elon Musk too. Not for the salute. I don't know if he's called him out for that, but he's called him out for being a weirdo. He's called him out for some of the crazy shit he said. Like, look, I know I'm taking W's wherever I can, but Shane Gillis definitely, he called out Elon for some shit.
Into whatever culture war that'll make him more popular with right-wing podcast listeners. So when it came to Elon, Bill did not hold back.
And look at that guy. With his Turkish hair plugs and his laminated face, and now he's out here Sieg Heiling.
Oh!
I mean, that guy is off his fucking rocker. All of these movies along the fucking way, The Greatest Generation, D-Day, all of those lives that were sacrificed so that people could live free. And this fucking nerd, because he couldn't get any pussy in high school, is now identifying with Hitler. Why would he be
I love Bill.
Like, what does he feel he's not getting as a white man? I mean, it's like you're a fucking billion. You got more money than anybody. You're still upset? Like, how do you have the bandwidth with the amount of fun? You're shooting rockets off and all of this stuff. You still have the bandwidth to fucking, you to be, like, not liking people because they don't look like you? Is that what it is? I mean, to be honest with you, nobody looks like Elon Musk. That's what scared me about that guy. Hey, Elon Musk, if you don't mind, we'd like to enjoy our life. I don't think we need to reboot Adolf or you fucking lunatic. I'm sorry, pretty girls don't like you until you have $1 billion.
Also on this podcast, Bill brought up a pretty interesting point. Why didn't anyone call out Elon for this? When powerful people like Elon make...
Dude, Elon Musk is learning the same thing these Trump supporters learn when they come to my chat. You don't want any of the gingers. You don't want that smoke. We were made for this shit, man. Like I said, when I started doing this, I was like, I'm bringing a different flavor to the left wing. You guys, you ain't gonna hear shit about the tolerant left from me. You ain't gonna hear me talking about you shouldn't say that. Don't be mean to him. No, I'm like the opposite. I'm like, roast those motherfuckers. That guy, he said in the comments, he said, oh, another person that doesn't like Trump and bashes Trump. Oh, I guess I'll think about the fact that you said that I'm a Trump supporter and my opinion sucks and that'll really change my mind. And I was like, bro, I'm not here to convince you not to vote for Trump. I'm here to make fun of your ass. And that's 100% true. I don't give a fuck if I don't convince you not to vote for Trump. I'm just going to sit there and roast you because you're a moron. The shit you believe is so low IQ. You're getting conned so goddamn hard. I'm not here for that shit. I ain't part of the tolerant left. Never was. I didn't join the party. Never will. So that way I can hang out on the edge and keep talking shit. I can talk all the shit I want. I'm the person that you never wanted to join the left. I am the person you should be afraid of. And so is
strange or questionable
Don't
moves.
fuck with the gingers.
The role of the comedian is to mock them. But aside from Bill, no one in the comedy world really said anything. It's almost like everyone was too scared or too invested in maintaining their business relationships to say anything critical about Elon Musk.
He's going to burn this whole thing down. I think he just lost his job. Oh, wait a minute. Nothing happened. I cannot believe nothing happened. Nothing happened. How do you explain that away?
No, Bill's wrong. It's not that nothing happened. In fact, he got supported for it. He was supported in doing it. It's even worse than nothing happened. A bunch of adolescent fucktards that were born and raised in a fucking 4chan chat room were like, that's not a fucking Nazi salute. By the way, the actual people still in 4chan were like, we don't want him anymore. That's how bad he's gotten. He's gotten so bad that 4chan was like, we don't want Elon anymore. That's crazy. But all the people that grew up during that age, all the people that are 30, 40 years old now that watch WWE to Generation X, fucking watch Jerry Springer their whole fucking lives, their whole mentality is based around being entertained by like the lowest bullshit. Those people that were then, they jumped into the 4chan during the QAnon and they got high off their own supply. They're making up conspiracy theories about Hillary Clinton and they're so happy they got Trump to get voted in as a troll. And then they're like, oh shit, actually I'm part of the cult now. All of those people, they were like, that's not a Nazi salute. It's a Roman, and my heart goes out to you. Look, I believe he was trolling. So that's fine. You act like a racist, I call you a racist. I don't give a fuck if you're trolling or not. I'll call you a racist.
I got to be honest with you. The fact that he did that and everyone isn't fucking outraged is just, is beyond me. Because I always felt like this country collectively all agreed that Hitler was not a good person.
Right.
And this is like some shit.
Right.
That
Didn't
needs
matter,
to be
left or right.
stomped
We all agreed.
out immediately. That people are going to like fucking try to lead us back in that direction. I mean, what are we doing? This is the
Fucking
United
insane.
States. We're united, not divided. And like, are we really going to fuck this up?
And again, when Bill says everyone here, I'm pretty sure he's referring to people in his own circle, his comedian friends with comedy podcasts, the people who have platforms just as big as his. But anyways, that initial rant about Elon's salute didn't actually get Musk's attention. What really got under his skin came about 10 days later, when Bill Burr made a much more aggressive statement about CEOs in general on his podcast.
Dude, this is so the amount of people that are struggling out there because of these fucking billionaires. And they got us all arguing liberal and conservative. We got to stop doing that. Like, I am so tired of hearing about people going to bed worried about what's going to happen next week. There is so much fucking money in this country. And there's so much work being done, you know. And if you work a full fucking week at a job, you should be able to pay your fucking rent.
100%.
You shouldn't have to go out and get another fucking job and still be struggling.
Yep.
It's bad for the country. It's so fucking, these fucking billionaires, they need to be put down. You know, like fucking rabid dogs.
God, I love Bill
They're like
Burr.
rabid with fucking greed and just going out and just dividing everybody.
And now, if you've been following Bill Burr's comments,
And so there you go. He said two things that are no longer true. It didn't matter if you're on the left or if you're on the right. You agreed that people doing Nazi shit were bad. Not everybody, but it crossed party lines, right? It was bad. The other thing was we all agreed that ultra wealthy people, ultra wealthy corporations, billionaires were bad for America, and that money in government is bad for America. We agreed on that. And now the right, or what we understand is the right, because there's no right. It is not conservatives anymore. There are conservatives over there, but the loudest people in their group are MAGA Republicans, and the conservatives that are over there are getting their ass bullied by MAGA Republicans currently. Those guys want to stand up and go like, yeah, like I don't like that Elon Musk is doing this, but they're afraid. They're cowards. They're scared. We used to agree on these things, and now we don't. Because, like I said, it's 1984. To them, it's not, well, we didn't support billionaires and now we do. No. It's not that now we do. It's that we always have supported the billionaires. We've always been for Elon Musk. Like, that's the insanity of it. That's crazy. That's like me saying the opposite. That's like me saying 10 years ago I didn't defend Elon Musk. I've always hated Elon Musk. That's not true. That would be bullshit. I have told this story multiple times. I was once disc golfing with a friend of mine, and I said that I thought Elon Musk was a smart dude, and he told me I was an idiot for thinking he was smart. Guess what? He was right. My buddy's a smart fucking dude. And I defended him. He has a rocket company and fucking builds electric cars. He said he doesn't build shit. He says he employs smart people and he takes credit for the things that they do. What about PayPal? Like, yeah, he was in bed with another dude. Kind of gay. And they started that. He didn't do that. Oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, whatever, dude. He's pretty smart. You'll see. Guess what? Didn't see. Because I'm not from I'm not a 1984 brainwashed minion. I thought these things about Elon Musk. His words verified those things for me during that time. And then his actions changed that. The things he did proved that he's not a smart person. The things he did proves that he doesn't stand on business and does not actually believe that climate change is a problem. He only gives a shit about deregulating the government so that way he can shoot off 10 rockets a day because he wants to go to Mars. It's 1984. Every one of these people are like, well, we support Elon. We love Elon.
You know that he says stuff like this all the time. It's exaggerated.
Good
and it's
right-wing
meant to be
comedian.
funny.
Ooh,
but
that's
for
a
some
tough
reason, this one hit a nerve with some people. Like that comment quickly spread all over Twitter, and the blue checkmark warriors immediately jumped to Elon's defense.
I love that
And as we
quote.
all know by now, Elon spends most of his waking hours tweeting. So there's a very high chance that he probably saw Bill Burr's comment. And this is where things get truly hilarious. Because Elon, who's a guy who loves to act like he's some kind of free speech warrior, decided to retaliate by flagging Bill Burr's Twitter account. And you guys need to remember that this is the same guy who, just a few days prior, stood up at the CPAC conference and said that America needs to legalize comedy again.
Legalize
and have like a sense of humor, you know? So, I mean, the sort of the left wanted to make comedy illegal, you know? Like, you can't make fun of anything. So it's like, comedy sucks. It's like, nothing's funny. You can't make fun of anything. It's like, legalize comedy. Yeah.
God, he's so
legalize
fucking awkward.
comedy.
And we've shifted the entire culture.
We're
in
laughing,
just the last
but it
few
ain't
months.
'cause
The
you
whole
funny,
culture
dog.
of this country has shifted dramatically just because of that election.
Yeah, exactly. You know, freedom of speech, having fun again. It seems like we should have a good time, you know?
I mean, you just can't make this stuff up. Elon Musk loves to cosplay.
Really, what he doesn't understand is what that one comedian said. He said, if you tell a joke and the crowd don't laugh, that's not their problem, it's your problem. Like, comedy is what people think is funny. And I've been one of the first people to say that I don't know if I was the first person to say, but you guys heard me say multiple times before that cancel culture can go too far. That I don't think of cancel culture the way that the right thinks of it. I think of it as boycotting. I think of it as saying, I'm not going to spend my money on something that I don't believe in. And I believe in that. But do I think that, like I said, every once in a while, somebody, I've told you before, I was in the Humanist Reports chat and somebody called somebody a Trump tard. And somebody was like, we don't use that kind of language. We're better than that. And I was like, nah, I'm not. And you're like, well, then you're not a part of this. And I'm like, hey, I don't get purity tested by nobody. I'm not in your group, so you can't kick me out the group. So I'm like, I'm going to be here whether you like it or not, right? But it was completely over-exaggerated how far that went, because it did pull back, because people, they had the right idea. They wanted people to not be racist. They wanted people to not be bigots. And they said, look, if you are a racist, if you are a bigot, I will not support you. And that's their right to do so. That isn't cancel culture. That's been around since the fucking beginnings of capitalism. It's called boycotting. Certain instances where people went too far, sure. When you specifically have within a group purity testing, that's bad. That's something that you shouldn't have. If you have people in your group that all believe the same fundamental values, that people deserve equal rights, that people deserve, to be treated fairly, that they deserve a living wage, that they deserve to, after a week's worth of work, that they should be able to pay their rent, right? Then if you as a person want to cancel that person and get rid of them and get them out of your group, that's stupid. That's stupid. But like that comedian said, it wasn't that there was no comedy. I didn't not laugh for 8 years. I have a fucking real dark sense of humor. I laugh at lots of bad shit. I don't like racism and I don't like homophobia. But I laugh at all kinds of shit that people would be like, hey, you sure that's funny? I'm like, I don't know. I grew up in a bad place. I laugh plenty over the last 10 years. I laugh all the fucking time. I laugh at Trump supporters a lot. That was pure comedy. Like you said, if people in the crowd ain't laughing, it ain't them, it's you.
As the savior of free speech and comedy until an actual comedian uses free speech to make fun of him. So in response to the Twitter flag, Bill Burr went absolutely nuclear on Elon in one of his more recent podcasts. And let me just tell you now that it was glorious.
Yeah, there's a difference.
I'll tell you what's funny. I made fun of the fucking Twitter guy.
Exactly.
For fucking Sieg Heiling, not once but twice. And I never look at my emails. I was scrolling through my emails and it said my Twitter account had been flagged for inappropriate. I don't even tweet anymore. It had been flagged for whatever. What a fucking baby. Just like Hitler. A fucking baby. Because that's another thing. All of these people that are into fucking Hitler, you know what I mean? And like look at this guy like he was some sort of fucking hero. The guy's one of the biggest fucking cowards ever. How about the fact that the Twitter guy
100%.
he's not even from here. He's from South Africa. He comes to this country and wants to turn it into a fucking dictatorship. He doesn't feel that we deserve democracy. Can you just imagine doing that? Going to another country and just deciding, yeah, you know what? I'm going to change this form of government because I've decided. Yeah, he doesn't mind living under a dictatorship as long as he's on the good side of it. Fucking laminated face cunt.
And that brings us up to date with the Elon versus Bill Burr saga. At this point, unless Elon actually responds, I think Bill is done wasting his breath on him. And honestly, as much as I enjoy hearing Bill Burr roast CEOs, he's probably got better things to do. This whole situation might also explain why he hasn't been on the Joe Rogan Experience lately. If you've been paying attention to Rogan's podcast over the past year, you'd know that Joe has pretty much been nonstop glazing Elon Musk and spewing right-wing propaganda since the election. So it's no surprise that Bill, who's never really been one to hold his tongue, would kind of want to distance himself from that. So props to Bill Burr for being one of the last true American comedians. But anyways, that's all for today, guys. If you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to like, subscribe.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. You guys saw the chat? Here we go. Fuck yeah, Bill Burr. That's what I'm talking about. We always got the best ones. We always got the best ones, man. They might have all the insane people, which I'm okay with, but we got the best ones. So good job, Bill Burr. Bill Burr is the shit. I love me some Bill Burr. Like I said, there's a way to go about it, you know? Like me and a couple people that you know are trans that come into my chat. Like I've said it before, like there's ways to make jokes about being trans that aren't being an asshole. There's ways to make jokes about race that's not being an asshole. There's jokes about sexuality that's not being an asshole. There's a difference between trying to like genuinely make people laugh because you want to make them happy and have fun, and then just saying something because it's shocking or mean. Like that, there's a difference. And like I said, like I say lots of self-depreciating shit about gingers because I can, but at the end of the day, like that's my line. And if I don't like what somebody else does, then I just don't listen to it. It's not my style. You can't tell me that I have to support that person or approve of what they do. And the same thing goes for Bill. I fucking love Bill. If he's not your thing, that's okay. But don't forget, dude he's your ally. Just remember that shit. All right. Let's go back to blurry me. Oops. Oh. We went to me and David for a second there. Oh, am I not blurry anymore? I'm not really blurry anymore. Oh, I bet I'm blurry on the other camera. Yeah, I'm blurry on the other camera. Gotta get my autofocus before when I sit down, I have to autofocus it. All right. You guys got a little David Lipsky for a second there. Well, it has been a great show. I really have appreciated you guys tonight so much. Thank you for all the memberships. You guys are the dopest human beings alive. By far. I thank you guys anytime you guys do that stuff. Like, it really means a lot to me. Not for the money, but for the love, right? Like, the appreciation. Like, I just love to know that you guys enjoy being here and watching me and listening to some of the dumb shit that I think. So, I really appreciate all of you guys for everything you guys have done. If you do have a chance, please, if you could go subscribe to my second channel, The Angry Ginger Clips. Here, we'll do it one more time. We'll do it one more time for you guys. 5 more memberships. Oz, the army is going to be unstoppable. Thank you, Oz. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Like I said, I fucking love you guys. This is the second channel. You guys don't have to click the videos from this. I understand. These are all just cut up. These are all just cut up live streams. But I wanted to put the clips on a different one so that way you guys didn't get clickbaited and just have to rewatch a live stream. So that's my other channel. If you guys want to, we're up to 42 subscribers. That's a good number. 42. 42. Love that shit. So if you guys want to go give a sub to that channel, please sub up. And, if you are interested, check out the videos. Like I said, the comments are probably more amusing than the videos because I talk shit to Trump supporters in the comments. If you like to voyeur that kind of shit, for sure, check out the videos. And you guys feel free to drop some comments as well. I like trolling the Trump supporters in the comments. It's fun. But yeah, that's the second one. So if you guys want to do that, go for it. Thank you so much. I love you guys too. I'm always just like out of my mind ecstatic to see how many of you guys show up for a live stream. It's crazy. There was a time when we were doing the verticals that we'd have like 700 people in here. It was insane, right? Like leading up to the election, we'd have 700 people. And you'd think, like, as a streamer, you would look at that and you'd be like, man, I missed that time of those 700 people. It was crazy. I was doing so well. But I don't. I mean, to be honest with you guys, like, the people that are still around that have hung out since then, like, you guys are the real ones. Like, you guys are the people that, like, really actually hold it down. You dope-ass human beings. And, I wouldn't trade you guys for those 700 people any day of the week. It ain't about quantity. It's all about quality. So I really appreciate you guys sticking it out. I love that you guys come here and talk. And I love that you guys keep a good sense of humor and a positive outlook. So, all right, guys. Sunday, I swear to God, Sunday, noon Pacific, I will. Here you go. Mike, you've already gone to this one. What are you talking about? You've already been there. Here you go. One more time. Sunday, I will do the men's mental health, men's positivity stream on Sunday. So if you guys are interested in that, we got a Saturday live stream at 5 p.m. I'll remind you guys on Saturday. Saturday at 5 p.m., we'll do another live stream for politics. And then Sunday at noon, as long as I don't have a soccer game or anything I have to be at, Sunday at noon, we'll do the men's mental health, men's positivity live stream. So if you guys want to see that, you want to hear me wax poetically about what I think is wrong with the left and its approach to young men, be there. All right, guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I hope to see you next Saturday.